Hi there, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. So, I kind of messed up today. Initially, I was supposed to be doing a video tonight with May to December with Malcolm. And the video was supposed to be the video for the Amazon Prime Day. We're going to go live for when Amazon Prime Day started, which I thought was 12 o'clock tonight. Unfortunately, today is Amazon Prime Day. We're right smack dab in the middle of it. So we decided we were going to be making a video on Saturday, and we will definitely be doing that. Just got to work the time schedule for it. But tonight, Mondo Macabre made an announcement. Actually, they made two announcements, which we're going to talk about today. So I have my Mondo Macabre collection here as well. We're going to talk about two Mondo Macabre announcements, and we should have a lot of fun with that. Hopefully we get a few people in. It is warm. It's probably the warmest day since I've been to Morocco. So for the people that joined me tonight with the warm weather, I want to thank you. I truly appreciate it. We got up to 46 today. And hey there, Alan. Welcome. Thank you, man. And that's around 118 or 19 if you're trying to convert it over. So and right now it's at about 33. I'm not quite sure what the conversion is over in the US, but let's just say it's hot. It's really hot, especially when it's 10:30 at night right now. Mondo made two announcements today. I'm gonna not just show you the announcements. Hey there, Robert. But I'm going to show you my Mondo collection so you can see why it's so important to grab some of these titles. Some of these are out of print, actually. I got some Blu-ray. I got some DVD. Who knows? Maybe we'll get somebody that'll come in here and that has a Mondo collection of their own and want to show it off with me. So that could very much happen. With that being said, do you want to start with the collection first, or do you want to start with the announcements first? It's up to you. It's your choose your own adventure. As always, I always like to keep you guys in control. As I bring up your messages here so I don't miss them. I'm not going to lie, I love my thumbnail. I really do. It's probably one of my best ones. Though I probably put some text there as well. Do the collection first. Okay, we'll start with the collection first. And then we'll get into the announcements. For those that don't know, Mondo Macabre made two announcements today. I'm very excited about the announcements that they made, by the way. So we'll do part of the collection first. Hey there, Eddie. Welcome, man. And then what we'll do then is we'll get into the collection, the announcements part of it. Maybe I'll go half and half. I'll do some of the collection, and then I'll go do the first announcement. Then I'll do more of the collection, then do the second announcement. To keep it all interesting and up to date. For those who don't know, I do apologize about the Amazon Prime mix-up video that we're supposed to do tonight that didn't get done because Amazon Prime started earlier. Has anybody picked up anything from Amazon Prime, by the way? Let me know if you have picked up anything. I got one thing, and it's my mom got me for Christmas, and that is the season 6 of Tom Baker's Doctor Who, or for those that live in the UK or are Anglophiles like me, series 17 of Doctor Who. So we'll start out at some. I know that Malcolm was a really big fan of this one, and a big fan of this guy. So we'll start with this one. See if he comes in. See if if he likes it. So this is the Warrior, and this is Barry Prima. So Jaka Simbo was a character, kind of like almost like a superhero, kind of mythical character that was big over in where was this done? Indonesian? I apologize if I got the wrong. Indonesia. Yeah, no, it is Indonesia. Hey there, Coach. Welcome, man. So there was a series of these movies. Unfortunately, only 2 of these were ever put out on DVD through Mondo Macabre. None have been put out on Blu-ray. I would love to see a Blu-ray box set of some of this stuff. Now, let me see. I've got both of them here, so let me grab the second one so we can do both of those together. For those that don't know, there's 2 Mondo Macabre announcements that we are going to be talking about tonight, as well as showing you my Mondo Macabre collection so you guys can see exactly how cool it is to collect Mondo and why you really should, both Blu-ray and DVD. So here's the other one they put out. It's really cool, and actually, and this is The Devil's Sword. Again, Barry Prima. Again, he's playing the same character, Jaka Sumbo, who he played in several movies. Think of it as like a supernatural, maybe like a superhero kind of ongoing James Bondish blind swordsman type of series, but really over the top. Like he could basically like split body parts off of himself and bring them back on. This one's actually kind of cool. He fights somebody called the Crocodile Queen, who decides that she wants, this guy's getting married to this girl, but she says, "Hey, I think I'll have that guy instead." So she just goes and gets her henchman to take him. So like it's, which is kind of like this zombie army type characters. I kid you not, I couldn't even make this up. And this is one of the wonderful things with this is Mondo Macabre do these world cinema titles that are super crazy that you wouldn't get anywhere else. You can see by some of the special effects and stuff on the back, and they always have some great features on there as well. Like they have interview with Barry Prima on this one as well. If you are a Severin fan and you've never checked out Mondo Macabro, not one of his best films, but there's, what's it called? There's Primitives, actually. Let's put it by Mondo Macabro. Now, the next movie I'm going to show you, you've undoubtedly seen like videos of. You've seen clips of this 9 chances out of 10 if you've been on the internet for more than a year. And you probably wondered, what the hell is that movie? Or two, you went and got the movie in your collection right away. And it's a Mondo Macabre release, and it is Mystics in Bali. So Mystics in Bali is another Indonesian film that is utterly insane. And if you're kind of wondering, like, that kind of seems familiar, well, if you ever saw like a clip online of like a floating head with like kind of intestines and stuff coming out of it, flying around or flying into into this girl's room, it is so cool, man. And the neat thing about this is the lead in this, the actress was not an actress. She was just in Indonesia at the time, and they thought she had the right look for it, so they chose her. I kid you not. Like I said, the stories behind these films you can't make up if you try. No, Adventure in Space of Time was released by BBC. Because they take care of all the Doctor Who releases, and BBC America, I think, in North America, Ellen, very good one. David Bradley's really good in that. Dracula in Pakistan, The Living Corpse, the first one that I watched with my better half. So think it's kind of like a Bollywood style Dracula film with like Hammer aspects to it. There's actually only one like real big song sequence in it. Is a witch with a flying head from Taiwan. You know your stuff, Jacob. Because yeah, that's the thing. Like what Jacob's talking about is like this seems like kind of utterly insane to some of us, but these are not just like ideas that's like somebody thought up on like in a screenwriting room. A lot of these actually have like basis in actual mythology in the countries that they're in. There's a reason that the vampires hop in Asian cinema aren't the same as most of the time, same as the ones that you see in a kind of North American or European cinema. This is cool. This is very much a Hammer style film. The guy in it is really, really good, and we were extremely surprised. We expect to kind of like take it more in a kind of a funny way, but it really turned out to be a really, really good film. Okay, next up is part of my my Greek collection, and I want to get these two together. So Greek did giallo films as well. Now, something you should know about Greek giallo, though, is that unlike some of the European giallo films, one of the big things in Greek cinema is that the bad guy, much like remember the days like when the comic book code came around, the bad guy is not allowed to get away with it. There's no like, aha, this person actually didn't get away with it in the end. No, there has to be repercussions for the actions. That being said, it can get pretty weird. And who's the good guy and who's the bad guy can definitely cross a line. This is Tango Perversion. Now, this was done in 1973. If you've never seen this one, I definitely gonna recommend it. It is a strange film that has a lot of things that if I even mentioned the words on screen, I would be 100% demonetized. So if you want to get a cake shout out or you're an awesome shout out, super sticker, super chat, or donate, and you'll get a shout out. I'm putting new shout outs, by the way, video shout outs in on a regular basis. So you're going to see new things pop up. We got the Scream Cake one. We got another one that we put in there recently. So just keep an eye out for those. So you super stickers, super chatters, keep an eye out. The second one is The Wife Killer, and I wish I could tell you more about Tango Perversion, but I really can't. Just trust me, buy it. And this one is the second in the Greek giallo collection, the Greek classic collection, done in 1976. Extremely well done. Extremely, extremely good film. If you have never seen it, oh man, I'm going to recommend this one to you. Again, it is crazy. It's insane. And here's the thing. These are movies that literally say, like within the code, basically, make sure the bad guy gets his comeuppance. Right? So we got that part. Like, you understand that part. But sometimes the so-called good guy does worse things than the bad guy. And then you're like, who am I rooting for here? Like, who exactly is the good character? All right. One of the most insane movies they ever put out. Right there. I don't know. I'll show you Mystics of Bali. Right? That was insane. That was crazy. That was one of those that you're like, Lady Terminator. I know what you're thinking. If you've never seen this movie, then you're like, oh, it's kind of a Terminator knockout. It's a girl and she's got a gun and she's like, she's a Terminator type character. Well, sort of. Again, Indonesian, 1988. But has anybody seen this movie? Because this is like, you want a nudity filled like an SEX filled film right here. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you understand, Couch, right? Why I can't say what this movie is actually about. Let's just say one of her weapons is a body part. I'm not even joking here. I couldn't. I'm kind of surprised Malcolm has shown up tonight, especially for a Mondo Macabre video. But I kept him away from his wife for so long that I didn't even dare to ask him tonight. And they put in a few of the Jess Franco things as well, and actually some of the really better Jess Franco films. Some of the better ones that are out there, including this one right here, which is a movie called Sinner. So Sinner is an excellent little film, and if this is the one I remember, I think it starts with death. With death. There we go. I'm glad to see Lady Terminator. I would love to see a Blu-ray of Lady Terminator, or 4K. Wouldn't a 4K Lady Terminator be awesome? Or 4K some of these early releases. Can you imagine a Blu-ray or 4K set? Some of the early Mondo Macabre releases that have only gotten DVD releases. Like kind of like a 5 films, 5 year set that Vinegar Syndrome did, but maybe like put the features on there and not leave it as bare bones. As that. That's a dream of mine. That's like something I would love to see. And things like this one's got an introduction by film critic Stephen Thrower, some interviews on here, and a lot of these have documentaries on here. If you've ever seen the Incredibly Strange Film Show with Jonathan Ross, you see this show up on a lot of these releases. I'm going to go through the DVDs before I go through the Blu-rays. Where we look at the first announcement, by the way. This is the double disc set for Virgins from Hell. A great release because This is another Indonesian one from 1987. But what makes this really, really cool? Hey there, Joker. Welcome, man. And really, really good is that it has a second disc. And the second disc is Destination Jakarta, and it is a 70 minutes of Indonesian trailers from the studio that made this film. And yeah, all kinds of insanity. I love Indonesian films. They're insane and they're beautiful, and I love them. Next up is a double feature from Dick Randall, part of the Dick Randall collection, and that is Wing Wing in Agent 00 in For Your Height Only, and Bruce Lee, Ellie, in Challenge of the Tiger, which I did actually like both of these. No, Bruce Lee also, is I think Richard Harrison's. Yeah, Rich Harrison's in this one as well. So in the Challenge of the Tiger one, correct me if I'm wrong. This is so going to be demonetized. Just putting that out there. I think there's a sequence where there are two girls playing nude tennis. Yeah. Kieran Muskel, great giallo films, right? The next one, if you haven't seen it, you've heard the name. That, my friends, would be Satanico Pandemonium. If you're wondering, yes, that is the name of Salma Hayek's character in From Dusk to Dawn, and yes, this is where it came from. So this is a film from Mexico in 1973. It is very much an insane film, very much a fever dream of a movie. And it is like you either love this one or you kind of are iffy on it. I love this type of film. And that's what it is. It truly is like it's a fever dream of a film. The very first Mondo Macabre that I ever bought was this one right here. And it now has a Blu-ray edition. So if you want to get the Blu-ray, the Blu-ray is out there. That is Don't Deliver Us from Evil. So again, love this one here. This is a French film from 1971, the year I was born. So that what I am now. And basically, it's pretty cool. So these two girls meet in a convent, become friends, and then they go on this like spiral of like doing pretty much everything. And by everything, I mean everything possibly that they could do that convent girls are not supposed to be doing. What accent is that? Decide in the comment section. But yeah, really controversial at the time. Was banned and everything. Banned for blasphemy, if you can believe that. But a really great film and should never been banned for blasphemy. Banned for blasphemy. Gotta cover this cover a bit. Again, another really good Jess Franco film. So obviously that's why I get to cover the cover for this one. And it's got Alina Romay, a young, and Alice Arnaud in here. So it is How to Seduce a Virgin. Really cool little title. If you've not seen this one, it's excellent. So basically, there's this countess who has been released from an asylum, and she's going back home to be with her former lover. And things get twisty and turny. There's double crosses and triple crosses, which leads to a maybe unexpected ending. How come? You're going to wish you're here for this, because we have reached Nikatsu territory. And also, non-exploitation territory. The Sins of Sister Lucia. Done in 1978, although it does look more modern than some of the covers that you've seen there previously. This is a Japanese film, and it is it's a lot of fun. So they say, classic Naughty Nuns saga in the tradition of Covenant of the Sacred Beast in Alucarda. So this was directed by Kohu Ohara, who directed like some of the Nikatsu, so some of the most controversial Nikatsu films. If you've ever seen like Fairy in a Cage or some of those titles, you're gonna know kind of know where that's going. If you haven't seen Fairy in a Cage, it's worth watching. If you like Nikatsu, if you don't like Nikatsu, it's not going to win you over. But if you do like Nikatsu, then it definitely will. This one has, of course, gotten a nice release more recently, and this is, of course, by the guy that did Pieces. It is by Juan Picar Simon, and that is Don't Open Till Christmas. We know this has a great release now. This is the original big release of it, done in 1984. It was a US-UK co-production, directed by Edward Purdom, who starred in was the good guy in the movie Absurd against George Hilton's bad guy character. And there's like 15-minute making of. It's actually really cool. Really like this film, and I'm really glad that I have this edition. I know there's a really nice edition out there, but I'm still glad that I've got that original kind of like edition. Just such a fun title. And another really insane one from Mexico from 1972. And if you've seen this one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's kind of, it's just like it's insanity. And I mean that in the best possible way. If I say something's insane, I'm usually giving him a compliment. That is Mansions of Madness. It probably has the worst cover out of all the Mondo Macabres that I've seen. But it's based on Edgar Allan Poe's story. And it has that feel, this kind of weird, insane type of feel to it that I think is brilliant and beautiful and shocking and strange and weird. Just all the good things. Again, great features on a documentary on the film's director, interview with Del Toro on here as well. He was a fan of the film. Just some really, really great stuff. Some stuff that I can easily recommend. Now, before we get to my Blu-ray section of this, why don't we get to looking at the first announcement? And as you can see right here, The Sinister Dr. Orloff by Jess Franco is getting a nice Blu-ray release from Mondo Macabre. I don't know if I can show you. I can actually show you the second cover. So this looks very familiar. But this is the other cover for Dr. Orloff, starring Howard Vernon, Robert Foster, and Rockio. Do we have like a... Definitely an earlier one. But for those that are curious and need to know, I'm going to look up the date of the film because I don't quite remember. I don't want to get up my Franco books right now. So 1973, okay. Since Dr. Orloff from 1973. Oh, wait a second. 1984, because it's going to be the Howard Vernon one. So do we have... So we got Antonio Mayans, who's acting in a lot of his films. Who we don't have in this one, surprisingly, is I don't think we got Lena Morame. So around 1984, not quite sure if Lena Morame was working. Oh no, she is in this. So she's got an uncredited voice role in this film right here. So she's not actually in the movie per se itself, but she has a voice role in the film. And before we get to the second one, let's get to the Blu-rays. That's the sexy stuff. That's the stuff you guys want to see. We start off here with Panic Beats, which is a Paul Naschy title. If you've never checked it out, it's a really good one. Actually, he plays a character that he played in Horror Rise from Tomb. Well, the relative, the ancestor of a character that he played from Horror Rises from the Tomb. And I definitely got to recommend this. This is a limited edition one. There was a red case for this, but the red case got broken, so obviously this is in a not red case. But great stuff. It's a 20-page booklet with this one as well. So if you're lucky enough to get the red cases, like they're really, really worth picking up. Also, sticking with the Naschy motif, we've got here Beast and the Magic Sword, one of my favorite Naschy films, and one of his latter films, done in 1983. It's 115 minutes, and it was done in, I think it was in Japan, right? Yeah, Spain-Japan co-production. If you've never seen it, it's really, really cool. There's a great interview with Naschy on here as well, The Smile of the Werewolf, that I definitely recommend. Are the Mondo Macabre DVDs NTSC region free? A lot of them are, actually. I haven't seen many Mondo Macabre releases that haven't been region free. You guys can let me know if you've ever had one that has them. Like most of these here are all region. If there's a specific one I'm going to check out, like free Island, I can just look on the back there. They usually say all region on most Mondo Macabre releases, and that's a great question, by the way. Next up is another fantastic one, and this is by Jorge Gro, and it is Blood Ceremony. So I really like this one. I actually bought the pack when this one came out that month, because they'll put it like they put it bundles of titles, and they're so usually pretty, inexpensive to get, pretty easy to get. Anytime you get like a red one, it'll have reversible artwork. There's usually a booklet. As you can see, this is actually a pretty big booklet in here as well. The genre films of Jorge Gro. So just like great stuff. 100% recommend this one. As you can see, Alan, this one here says ABC, so this is a region-free Blu-ray as well. Good question. And this specific one, like, did come numbered. So I have number 502 of 1200. Anybody else miss that, some companies, like, they'll have limited editions, but they don't number them? Like, you'll see, like, some of the hand number stuff from the VSAs, or Indicator will have the thing that's limited edition. But I always get disappointed, and especially I used to get really disappointed when I buy limited edition, and it wasn't numbered. I like the numbering. I wish they'd bring that back for pretty much across the board. If you're going to call your title limited, number it. Here's an unlimited edition one, and this is The Fox with the Velvet Tail. So this one came out from 88 Films. I'm pretty sure it had a different title under 88 Films, but it's a good giallo. It's more of the tamer giallo than some of the stuff that you would see kind of in this time period. This one was done in 1971, so around the same time you got like Birth Crystal Plumage and stuff coming out. It's against an Italian Spain co-production. Really enjoyed this. There's a commentary with Troy Haworth on here, and definitely worth picking up. Here's an unrated region-free one that I will tell you right now. Do not put this one on with the kiddies around, because it's a Jess Franco one, but not just any Jess Franco one. It's from 1984, and it stars Lena Romay. The Night Has 1,000 Desires. In this one, so she kind of a weird mystery type film, like kind of not quite supernatural. So she plays this girl, and she's hypnotized. And when she's hypnotized, she can basically she can say, the trick where you get the audience like to have their wallet or have their ID card, and the person can't see it, and they get hypnotized, and then all of a sudden they say, "Oh, well, I can see your wallet, and it has 350s in there, and there's an indentation for your key and all that type of stuff." Well, she's like one of those girls. So think of like that, but with like murder and nudity. Lots and lots, and lots and lots and lots and lots of nudity. So some great features on there. Interview with Stephen Thrower, erotica. So there's those ones. So I said incredibly strange films, but what they have here are these. So erotica was a series of, and they would like do different like films, like different countries, different like filmmakers and stuff like that. So there is a erotica documentary on here about Jess Franco. It's really good, and it's really concise. So I definitely recommend getting this one, even if you can't get yourself the like the red case or the limited edition. Doesn't matter. It's just a really good film to have. Next up is another Jorge Gro film, because I like the director. This is number 380 of 1200, and that would be Hunting Ground. So Hunting Ground's an excellent film. If you've never seen it, it came in 1983. It's a Spanish film. It's Jorge Gro. All his films are Spanish. There is a different kind of more actiony cover on the other side. You can see right here, there's a booklet and the list. There's like alternate artwork, and it is region free. Great, great film. Really recommend this film. Hey, Kubrick, welcome, man. Mondo has some. Mondo has some. Oh, by the way, Kubrick, Saturday night, I think. Hey there, Trash. We're talking Mondo. Yes, we are talking Mondo Macabre tonight. We're talking about the announcements and going over my entire Mondo Macabre collection. I'm kind of excited about the announcements. So, for those that don't remember, like Jorge Gra did "Let Sleeping Corpses Lie," which is a classic. If you haven't seen it, you definitely really should. There's a 50-minute interview with director, which comes from Jordi Gra now, and there was choice of English and or Spanish audio exclusive 20-page booklet in here. Just some great stuff. So, well, this Saturday coming up, we're doing a video on Criterion. So let Malcolm back in for that one, and I'm sure he's got a Mondo collection. I'm surprised he isn't like been here talking, but I'm guessing it's a Tuesday, so it's probably relaxing watching a film. So this is the only South Korean one that I've got in my collection. This may be the only South Korean film I've got in my collection, which is kind of a shame to say. But it's Subtly in the Dark. This is a really good film. Way better than I expected to be. Actually, I initially bought this one. I'm not going to lie, for the cover, and because there's like a featurette on here, where they show like a bunch of different like cases, like artwork from different like VHS cases, for South Korean horror films. But it's actually a really good film. I really enjoyed this one. If you haven't seen it, again, recommend it. It's a great title. Next is a Lucio Fulci film. This next two are Lucio Fulci films. Not just any Lucio Fulci film, but this one is probably one of the better known Fulci films, but one of the tamer Fulci films. And probably not as better, not as well known as the second one I'm going to talk about. But this first one here is called Perversion Story. And I know you're thinking this is going to be the super sexy, kind of super bloody Fulci. It's not. It's more along the lines, if you've ever seen The Psychic. No Tom Green masterpieces there, man. But you're kind of psychic because we got a Green case coming up. It's very, like, Jean Sorrell is in this one here. Great cast. And there's an interview with her. It's got this has the full extended European version of the film here, as well. Stephen Thrower does like an interview on this one. You know, you can have English or Italian audio depending on which one to choose. It's a great film, though. It's a really good film. It's really it's one of these tamer films, but it seems it's almost more suspense than giallo. It kind of threads that line, much like The Psychic does. And since Kubrick mentioned green, the next one isn't green, and it's a lizard in a woman's skin. And people keep asking me about like the green case. Did it come in a green case? Not originally. This was a gift, a birthday gift to me, and the person that gave me this birthday gift went out and bought a green case specifically to give me this film. This is some of the biggest amount of features I've ever seen on a Mondo Macabre release. Just like some great, great stuff. And like there's like a documentary on the film. There's a day for night interviewing like Antoinette DeLillo, interview with Tony Adams, interview with Chris Gavin, interview with Stephen Thrower. I have the booklet here, but there's a booklet with this, and just some really, really good stuff. If you've never seen Lizard in a Woman's Skin, it's green. It's a really great little title, and like this is kind of controversial to this one. So this one does have some of the patented Lucio Fulci gore in it. Actually, there's one sequence in the film that has these dogs, right? And they're like dissected, they're opened up. And it was so realistically done that they thought that it actually opened up dogs. And we went to court. So he had to bring in the props to show them that it wasn't real. brilliant sequence in the film. Thank God, you actually hadn't hurt any animals. It was just amazingly well done special effects. Trust me, you know when you see the film. Um, Also, their fan, the fan. I love this movie. It is one of the many movies in the fan, but probably my favorite movie. Fulci did the Devil's Honey. I actually really like that film. Let me know what you think of that one, by the way, if you've seen it. I don't think it'll be one of your man ones. Maybe it will. But I thought it was a great dissertation on the impact of grief. That's what I got at Devil's Honey. Maybe you didn't get the same thing, but for me, that's what it was. It was a fantastic dissertation on the impact of grief and how sometimes grief can impact the way you perceive and remember things. Often you can end up idolizing situations and people that you wouldn't normally do if something tragic hadn't happened. That's kind of what Devil's Honey is about. The fan is really, really good. It's a great ride. Go on this one as blind as you possibly can, because I went completely blind when I watched this movie. And man, did it surprise me. It's a German film, so it's going to be different. And I mean that in the best possible way. So this was the first time that was fully uncut, like released, as far as I know. I don't know, maybe in Germany, but I don't think so. But yeah, so it's the fully uncut original version of the film. Some great features on here, and for those that need to know, it is on all region release. And oh man, I sat down and watched that with my better half. We were shocked. Yeah, we did not expect that. So if you saw the fan, you knew what was coming. Oh, we totally did not. Next up is Symptoms. Oh, with Angela Pleasance. Yes, Donald Pleasance's daughter. It's a fantastic film. It is a great title. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. A lot of great features. We got another erotica on here. Well, so see, this one here, the erotica documentary is on the director of the film. And for those this is Jose Larraz. So Jose Larraz, there was a box set out by over there, Blood Hungry, put up by Arrow Video. There was a few titles put out. I know that God, that I've got a couple of them. Arrow put out some as well, some other titles like Deadly Manor, which was a latter one that he did. I've got one here called what's the name of it? It was from Code Red. And it was very kind of the Black Candles was much raunchier one. But this is a very different film. It's much more psychological, a bit of a slower burn, that's for sure. But a great little title. It's a UK Belgium co-production. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. Did he really? I could see that. Guy got so yeah. So Nathan Fillion is not going to be being the total nice guy. Uh, yeah, I like that actually. That's pretty cool. Okay, I gotta. Sorry, guys. I gotta make sure that I cover this one well, because this one has a lot of nudity on the cover. IGN just broke it too. My better half's gonna be super excited because she's a huge Nathan Fillion fan. And yeah, he definitely could be because guy, for those that don't know, as far as the Green Lantern girl goes, there's lore goes, there's Hal Jordan, who's kind of the nice guy. There's John Stewart, who's kind of a stalwart guy. There's Kyle Rayner, who is the artist, the younger Green Lantern. And there's Guy Gardner, who's a bit of a jerk and an egotist. Nathan played Hal Jordan in a bunch of anime. He did actually. I actually forgot about that. So this is a Paul Naschy one, Hell of the Devil. A really good one. This is super nude, so I can't show you anything else on that. But a great one. It's actually directed by Naschy too. He doesn't kind of play. He sort of plays a horror character, but he doesn't really. He plays an actor. And within this film, he gets to play a bunch of other horror characters as well, which is actually kind of cool. I've got number 422 of 1500. This is one of the limited editions. Hey there, Maddie. Welcome, man. Nathan Fear and his Guy Gardner, pretty cool, huh? And Mondo Macabre has like 2 announcements. The second one we're going to be talking about in a second. Next up is another Nashi one because I love my Nashi stuff. That is Inquisition, a really good title actually. This is directed by like kind of like a constant Nashi director, Jacinto Molina. And just really really cool title. I really like Inquisition, fantastic title. And last but not least, in my Nashi collection, in my Mondo Macabre collection, is this one right here, the 2-disc limited edition one that I recommend. If you don't have it, pick this up. The second disc I don't think is available anymore. If it is, 100% grab it right away because this is Queens of Evil. Queens of Evil is very much, if you've ever picked up the Holly Onsby Hours set, if you're a fan of folk horror, you need this one in your collection. Hey, Gino, welcome, man. I'm meeting at 7:30. I'm excited for your Jet. I know you're a huge Tiffany fan and a huge Jetsons fan, so I'm excited, by the way. Hey, D-Blaze, welcome. Hopefully the meeting goes well, man. And thank you so much for coming in. Gino did a really cool video on here recently. We're talking about Westerns, and we're going to have him back on to talk about Charlie Chan and Mr. Moto and stuff as well. So watch out for that in the near future, too. So when this one came out, it had a booklet with it. It didn't have the reversible artwork like you see with a lot of them. But what it did have was this right here, which is Ray Lovelock in Conversation. And it is a massively long 3-hour and 20-minute interview with one of my favorite Italian actors, Ray Lovelock. Best Buy screwed up the release date for Scream 6. If anyone wants it, you have to ask them since they're holding it back. If you go to the right Best Buy, they probably won't be holding it back. I used to work at a future. I actually used to work at Best Buy, and they'd always make mistakes on like video game releases or movie releases. And I didn't like getting like releases and like people coming to get releases like a week to 2 weeks before they were supposed to be out. Like, they're not supposed to. Weren't supposed to do that. But once they got out there and somebody bought it, you can actually run and tackle them and take it from their hands. Yeah. So if it's out there and they don't know, they'll probably sell it to you. So just a heads up on that, right? Okay, there is a second announcement from Mondo Macabre that we're going to talk about before we get into the rest. Walmart was big on that too, actually. And this is Shadow Death. If you're eagle-eyed people that know this film, saw my my thumbnail and knew exactly what this title was going to be. And so it has alternate cover as well. Actually, when I was working there, my kids were younger, so I rarely bought from there at the time. But yes, there was a discount. It wasn't like a big discount. There was a discount. So it's Macabro, otherwise known as Shadow Death. There's 1,500 numbered copies in the usual red case, 24-page booklet. As for like the first one that I showed, the Dr. Orloff one, it has a 1080p presentation from a new 4K restoration in Spanish, optional English subtitles. Brand new interview with Antonio Mayans. Of course, we're going to have an interview with Stephen Thor on there. We're going to get audio commentary with Troy Haworth and Nathaniel Thompson. A 20-page full color booklet and 1,500 copies with the reversible artwork as well. Is Suncoast still around? I remember there's a Suncoast in like Ontario, and I went there and I got some great stuff there. I didn't work there, so I didn't get any of the great ones. So since Dr. Orloff is the first announcement, by the way, for those that came in late. Oh, FYE. So FYE was Suncoast? Really? I did not know that. For your entertainment. Is FYE still around? I know some of them closed down. I got a beef with FYE because I bought a limited edition steelbook from FYE of Reanimator and the Arrow edition, right? And the Arrow edition of Reanimator was a 2 disc set, but if you bought the steelbook, you only got 1 disc. I kid you not. That's how they did it. No, I'm not sure. Like there's a certain deal where it had to be done like that, but be careful when you buy steelbooks that make sure you're getting like the same as you would get in the regular edition. It seems kind of crazy that you wouldn't, but that was the thing. I thought tonight we could probably look at the Arrow sales while it's going on, and probably maybe look at a bit at the Amazon Prime sale. Because pretty it's been some pretty cool stuff. Like at 2FE stores in your neck of the woods have beat them too. I wanted to sell them a spare Marx Brothers box set, and they were only going to offer you $2. Are you serious? $2 for same thing with Battle Royale Steelbook. Only got 1 disc, but if you buy the Deep Red Standard, you're still missing a disc as well. Still kind of bummed the Arrow Empire box that sold out a week before. Is it really sold out for good? So they're not coming back anymore? I know it's sold out once and they put more back in. Has it sold out again? I'm hoping that means that they'll press some more. When something has been that popular and it hasn't got out yet, the one good thing I can say is Trek. If you live in the UK, I'm not sure where you live, but if you live in the UK or you live in a place that has like physical media that actually carries Arrow stuff, that they normally have like some allotted for their local stores, and I would suggest like getting into going to your local store and picking it up. That may be the only way to do it. Arizona. Well, I live in Morocco, so you have a better chance than me. Oh, because there's no physical media in the city that I live in. I live in Marrakesh, and there's zero physical media. Like there's like a few things, but nothing like new. No new release stuff. You saw Mondo Macabre in the title. Did you see the announcements? Are you going to buy these? What am I saying? You've probably pre-ordered these, Malcolm. Are you getting ready to pre-order these titles? Because he's probably getting ready to pre-order these titles. Jess Franco and his Shadow of Fear. Are you Shadow of Fear a portion of the poster for the thumbnail? You're ready to pre-order. Did you buy anything from Amazon Prime Day? How much did you buy? Evan Costello box set for $35. That's an excellent price, man. Is that the Shout Factory set that came out? We always have it's Mondo Macabre. We always have the way, but they make it worth it. Grab the blind grab the bundle. So next video, social media collectibles. Nice. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. Universal Monster set for like $69. I spoke on Twitter to Heath from Serial Midnight, and both me and him picked up Doctor Who because we know how much Doctor Who Blu-ray sets cost. They're freaking expensive, man. And Amazon Prime Day is the day that anybody that collects Doctor Who knows Doctor Who sets will be on sale. Like it's like so far it's been a given every Amazon Prime Day that as long as the Doctor Who sets have been around, that not only will you usually get some on sale, but you usually find a couple that were either low in print or out of print they'll have some copies of for Amazon Prime Day. And they had a lot of really good Doctor Who sets, like that classic TV series on Blu-ray. and they're really expensive sets. Just so you know, it's the cost, they can cost anywhere from like $100, $70, $60, $70 to $100. If they go to print, they can cost up to $300 or so to pick up. Why am I not surprised? 350 pounds. What did you get? The complete Dallas series, yes. Terry and June series 2 and Terry and June series 2.5 Men complete series, FBI seasons 2, 3, and 4, and SEAL Team seasons 1 and 2, and a Kindle for the wife. We don't know yet the price. I don't think we know yet the price of the Mondo. I'm going to go to Mondo's Big Cartel site and see if there's any news on the price yet. See if it's even up there. For those that know Mondo Macabro, I have like 2 websites, mondomacabre.com and the Big Cartel. I find the Big Cartel to be a bit more, a bit easier to work with. I think we're around $58. There you go. Kind of makes sense there. This is the Big Cartel site, by the way. So you can see there's a lot of stuff here. A lot of different titles. Hey, Jimmy, welcome, man. Hoping to see Twin Peaks Blu-ray collection. It's going to be on sale for Prime Day, but no go. It's a great set. It's a shame. No, I wouldn't care. $35 is too amazing a deal to miss out on the Ab Costello set. That's a great set. Like, I know my dad recently picked up and loved Night the Executioner, The Broken Mirrors here, Fear. I've seen some. It's a great cover, The Fear. The Bollywood set, that's the set that my better half wants more than anything. Like, if I had the bones, I would definitely buy her this set. She loves this. She's a huge Bollywood fan. Emmanuel in America, I'm not going to talk too much about that one on here, but when me and Malcolm go talking about some stuff on Patreon, we can talk about it there. Is the Halloween set up there? Check Halloween 1995, 2002 4K set is almost 90. What was that originally? Because that seems like a decent price. Now, that may be because I'm from Canada, and we don't get good prices on a lot of those Scream Factory releases. And I lucked out because I got mine for a lot less than that during sale, an Amazon sale, because it was actually on sale when my better half's family was in the United States. Do you know that I was in a store in Ontario, had it in my hand, I was going to pick it up, and I put it down. I picked up Night Train to Terror and a couple others. I had Sorority House Massacre, like both of them in my hand, and I had that one in my hand as well, and I stupidly didn't pick them up. £70 pre-owned. Yeah, that's the thing when it comes to that. 134. That's not bad. I mean, like, it's a good price. If you don't have it, like, I got it right here. I would definitely recommend it. It's a great little set, and unlike some people who would say, "Well, I want to get this for one movie." Now, I'm a Halloween fanatic. I'm just not a fan. I'm a fanatic. I got this for all 3 of these films because I will be honest, and I will say this right now. I like them all. And yes, that includes Resurrection. I actually do like Resurrection as well. So this is the box that was made for me. The Resurrection is always going to have the worst transfer out of all of them because of the way it was shot. So much like digital camera work in between. Is the Superman 4K set like... I hear iffy things on that set. Is it a good set? See, I like H2O. It's not my favorite, but I will say this, and this can be backed up too. When people saw H2O, I had like some friends, like my dad, that saw H2O in the theater. And he said, well, that's the end of this series. And I came out of H2O. And Dad, if you're there in the chat, you can back me up on this one, actually. And I said, no, it's not. I know exactly how Michael Myers is coming back. And I called it. One of the rare times that I actually was able to, like, well, not rare times, like one of the times was actually because I know the way that Mustafa Akkad's mind works. So I knew that it wasn't, spoiler alert for a movie done well over 20 years ago. Yeah, I knew Michael Myers wasn't behind the mask. On purpose, actually. See, the studio really was pushing Josh Hartnett to be like this amazing, like this big sex symbol type character. He freaking hated that. So he purposely went out and got his hair cut like that for H2O as a way to rebel against the studio that was pushing him to be a sex symbol. For those that don't know, me and Maddie are working on a video that is coming up. And I want to get the date right. On the 18th of this month. So it is just 7 days away. Oh my God, Maddie, I'm panicking. So we got a video coming up in 7 days. I have a video coming up with Malcolm and May to December on this weekend, right? This weekend? Still this weekend? We will be talking Criterion. I have a video coming up in the near future. I've got to talk to a couple of people with Indie Phantom, we've seen on here, talking, and Reddy, who had his own channel, about some Canadian releases. And me and Maddie are working on doing some videos before the site comes up. So you're going to have us talking on Patreon about all those films that we can't talk about on here. That's going to be on the New Arrow website. So New Vinegar Syndrome website. And you're going to want to be on my Patreon for that, because you're not going to miss out on that. Because not only am I unleashed to talk openly, so is Malcolm. Yeah, that happens sometimes. I think eventually it'll come around. It's like, here's the thing. Kevin Bacon, for the longest time, didn't talk Friday 13th. Like, really kind of shut off of it. As people get older, they tend to. Now, he may have had a bad experience on the film as well. Like, there's also that too. It wasn't. Let you talk open to scary. So there you go, guys. Be there on the Patreon for the scary videos, because the link is down there. And if you're not signed up to my Patreon, you're gonna want to be, because there's a lot of stuff coming up. And Maddie's been signed up to my Patreon for quite a while, and so he knows some of the stuff that we talk about on there. We've had tier lists, we've had videos, podcasts, live videos. You go filter free on Patreon. We did not, sadly, make our. I'm not sure when the cutoff is for Google AdSense. But even with the many generous donations that we got, Google took enough away in their amount that we did not actually make. Hey there, Kaz. Make our Google AdSense this month. Unfortunately, we were so close. But we did not get there. So hopefully next month we'll actually get Google AdSense money. This month it was not good, and it was good. I mean, I had like some incredible super chats and some great donations and stuff come across. We were very excited because we were like, this has to be it. This has to be the right amount. I will be honest with you guys. We got there. We were so sure. I waited like day after day. I would check because it doesn't come on the first, right? Just on like the 7th or 11th, usually when it comes up. So when I finally got to check and it was finally up, it was like in the $80 range. So, and guys, you've been watching my channel. You're watching like the last 7 days. You know that we got some decent donations, like and super chats on the channel. Um, so yeah, that was disappointing. That you guys did amazing. Um, Google screwed us over. Michelle Williams has always been jaw dropping. Like still this very day. I mean, like I think she was like when I first saw her, she was like a kid, like a little. Um, because I'm pretty sure she's in Species, like the first Species film. Like before Syl grows up, like before she becomes Natasha Henstridge, I think that's Michelle Williams. Like when Syl's like kind of like a preteen or something like that, or like a teen. Um, I'm pretty sure that's an early role for her. It is so hot here, guys. It's driving me up the wall. I was going to dive into Amazon.com for you guys for a second to see if there's anything big there that I would recommend. Master Jessica will come back for Deadpool 3 as Sue Storm. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't see that happening. So I'm going to set the Prime Day deals here. Thing before, obviously the movie deals. I'm going to bring it up on the screen to show you guys. Is there a beach? I live in Morocco. Actually, no. Is there a beach nearby here? Lots of pools. We have like her aunt has a pool, and we actually are probably going to go there this weekend. But the beach itself, Essaouira, is around 45 minutes away. Because I view it differently because my better half was born in Casablanca. So that would do it. How the deal? Like, you didn't pick up any Doctor Who? Like, I'm gonna call you out on that, man. No Doctor Who at all, or was there no Doctor Who deal? Because no Doctor Who deals will be the only reason, or already having to not pick up Doctor Who. So it looks like we got 26% off the Superman one here at $69.99. Not a bad price at all for this set. I've heard there's been like back and forth on but how do you feel I'm gonna check after. Just saying, man. I got Doctor Who Series 6. Season 6 or Series 17. Top 3 crush of all time are Alexander Daddario. That's a good crush. Erica Durance and Natasha Henstridge. Okay, well, so Natasha Henstridge is from my area. She's a Newfoundlander like me. Speaking of crushes, source of pride here. Shocked to see it. So Criterion has been doing a lot of Criterion clouds lately, right? It's with Criterion sale. That's what me and Malcolm were talking about on Saturday. So Susanna Hoffs, the lead singer of the Bangle, and one of my biggest crushes of all time, did a Criterion Closet episode. And I will tell you right now, it is the best Criterion Closet episode, bar none, for me. Everything she said were movies that I liked and things I felt strongly about. So I tweeted that after they put it up on Twitter. I was like, yeah, I said, this is my favorite, Susanna Hoffs, my favorite episode of Criterion Closet. And that was it. And then I got a like and a thank you from Miss Hoffs on Twitter. And that blew my mind. And then I got a like from Criterion as well. So my, you know, my one of my biggest crushes of all time, uh, Susanna Hoffs liked and responded to my tweet, and it made my week, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it made my week. No, it's got to be. They're very selective with Criterion Closet, but they should let me in. Okay, we got some anime classics from Crunchyroll here. So for the anime fans here, you can see some nice stuff here. We got some Berserk, some Soul Eater, some Dragon Ball Supers here as well. Original Dragon Ball complete movie pack. As everybody knows, I got all Dragon Ball Z and all Dragon Ball GT. I just need the original Dragon Ball. Bionic Woman complete series here is 53% off. Okay, it's not the only show. And there's some good stuff here. So All in the Family is $44, $31 for G.I. Joe. So what's the complete first series? All 95. So for those that are kind of wondering what exactly that means or what exactly it is, I can actually help you with that. So when they said the complete first series of G.I. Joe, they mean the complete series, like the complete show, the original series. This is it right here. It's 4 big sets long. Season 1 and season 2. There's 95 episodes in total. It includes like PSAs, featurettes. There's a Hasbro toy commercials on here. The original 1963 like G.I. Joe tie fair presentation. A whole lot more. That's $31 for this is a great price. It's a fantastic price. The Nanny's here for $48. We got $89 for the Bionic Woman on Blu-ray. Love that show. Space 1999, an amazing series. Only 2 seasons. David Crosby liked your tweet that he shared a video of his collab with Jerry Garcia. That's so cool, man. That's very good too. New Jack liked the tweet of yours. I'm glad he liked, wasn't angry. Trying to get New Jack angry. Space 99 was one of my favorite shows growing up. I have the old DVD edition of this. Great show. Love it. On Blu-ray for like $52 is fantastic. Wonderful. Jeffersons are here for $54. T.J. Hooker, I have this one too. $37 is an amazing price for this. This ran 5 seasons too, so that's actually quite a long, kind of big show. I got that over there if you need to see it. Mask I have as well. T.J. Hooker was such a fun show, man. Like there's just some great prices here. $49 for all of Hill Street Blues, which was a fantastic show. Be careful out there, man. Yeah, he was a character, man. Like he was like that. Like it wasn't like New Jack was just like, well, I become New Jack when I go on. No, New Jack was pretty intense. Yeah, Get a Life is here. Wow, I didn't know Get a Life was on DVD actually. We got some later Kamen Rider here as well. Gem. If you're an animation fan, like this, you gotta be over the moon if you haven't seen any. If you haven't got any of these shows, $35 for Gem. This was a classic show back in the day, man. It was just such a good one. Got Kamen Rider 01. So, Malcolm, are you thinking about like some of this here? Oh no, wait, you have to have like a script. You have to have. That's what sucks. Like if you have an Amazon subscription, if you have this is what it should be, and it's not, but this is what it should be. I'm gonna put this out there right now. If you have Amazon America, Amazon Canada, right? And there's an Amazon Prime Day. Like the Amazon Prime Day is going on all across the place, right? You should be able to buy. You should be able to avail of all those Amazon Prime sales. Thank you. And using one of the, because you sincerely rock. There we go. I told you I'm working on some new stuff. I loved Punky Brewster when I was younger, and I really liked Briscoe County Jr. But and I was really upset when it got taken off the air. But the reason that Briscoe County Jr. got taken off the air, you did, man, you did spot that, was because of X Files. So X Files came out after Briscoe County Jr. got taken off the air. I have this one, I think. SCTV is a Canadian skit show, kind of like Saturday Night Live, but 100 times better. I'm not even joking there. SCTV had like an amazing cast of characters on there. Uh, $32 for this is utterly incredible. These get extremely expensive. John Candy, Joe Flaherty, Eugene Levy, Andre Martin, Rick Moranis, Catherine O'Hara, Dave Thomas. I think in latter seasons you have a bunch of people on there as well. Have you ever watched Punky Brewster? Like the new series is, but like Punky Brewster. I remember like for a while, you like Punky Brewster got over, and then she did like a bunch of like movies when she was like when she became older, and then there was like what was it like People Magazine, because she developed a lot when she I guess in her teen years as she became like an adult. And it was really hard on her, and it was like, getting hard on her career. So she had surgery done. And it's so weird because you go from like being little, like Punky Brewster, like to growing up and you know and like having issues because of that, which is a shame. K9, the complete series. So for those that don't know, K9 is a character that was in the series Doctor Who, and they made is a spin-off series in Australia. And the character of Doctor Who in the series regenerates to become to different people as a way to keep the show going after an actor would leave. So in the series K9, they give K9 a regeneration chip. So K9 actually regenerates in the first episode of the show. Yeah, like you should like if you're paying like Amazon is not cheap for Amazon Prime. Not cheap at all. So like if you got Amazon Prime and Amazon Prime Day is there, that should be across the board. Like I'm not saying they got to let you watch the shows on other Amazon. If you're locked in, I get that because it's like region locking and stuff like that. But I don't get why you can't like order from any Amazon and get the Prime sales. We unfortunately don't have an Amazon Prime account right now. Dragnet, Police Woman. I love this show. Fantastic series. I got the first season. I think first 2 seasons. There's some great deals there, guys. Virginian. If you like westerns, Rhoda is here. The final season. Wagon Train. That's a massive season. Look how big these seasons are. Like back then, like shows weren't. That's the thing. Like anime, like by far and large, it's been getting more popular. So you'll eventually be able to find it. But right now, it's not been a good. It's been a good time for finding certain anime. Like you're looking for like One Piece or Naruto or Dragon Ball or stuff like that. You'll find it. Eventually, I say if you want to look for stuff like fairy tale and stuff like that, you might have to reach out to like what we had to do for some stuff because my better half's a huge anime fan, right? Amazon France has a lot of stuff that's nowhere else. Hopefully, yeah, definitely there should be. It was popular, so there should be re-releases. Fantasy Island, Ironside, which is another show I really love. Kojak, we loved you, babe. 30 something. I hated the show was on the air. I'm not gonna lie. I thought these were the most whiny, self-indulgent characters that I saw on TV. Anybody else hate 30 something? Maybe who knows? Maybe I'll like it now that I'm an adult. When I was a kid, I was a teen when 30 something came out, right? Oh my god. did I hate the show. Police Story, love this show. I mean, I wish I was 30 something. Police Story is a fantastic. Police Story is an anthology series. So when I showed you Policewoman back there with Angie Dickinson, that was a spinoff of Police Story. So Police Story was a series that was done, and it had like different episodes with different characters and different police stations and different stories every week. They tried to get spinoffs a couple times, and they did. So Policewoman was one of them. I think David Cassidy, Undercover Agent. I kid you not. That was, look it up. It was an actual show. Was a crossover, was a spinoff of Police Story as well. This is something I have not seen since I was a kid. Room 222 used to come on in the afternoons. And I like, just so you guys like don't think I'm insane. There you go. David Cassidy, man, undercover. Who wouldn't want to say that? Got the M Squad, the complete series here. Of course, Lee Marvin was in this one. Quincy, I love Quincy. Peyton Place, another big show for me. When this was obviously off the air by the time Lou Grant, I really love Lou Grant. For those that don't know, first thing I ever did when I went to college, it wasn't business. I ended up doing business later. It wasn't art. I did art later. I went to college a few times, guys. It was journalism. I went to college for journalism. And Lou Grant was definitely a big show. Lou Grant, and ironically enough, not a show about journalism, but a show about like law, Paper Chase. Well, it was kind of a big for me on that. Oh, after school specials. I love those. After school specials were great, weren't they? They had like a few of them that have been out. I've got a couple. I have this. I don't think I have the season Facts of Life. I think I got the first, second season. NYPD Blue, I think I got the first 2 seasons of that one. So there's like a lot of great like TV shows here. Let's go back because I know some of you guys aren't TV guys. We're going to look at some of the other stuff that they got here. Because I know there's going to be a lot of 4Ks and movies. I know you guys are all about that stuff. Music rights, dude. Okay, wait. Malcolm. Canada has a Doctor Who sale. America has a Doctor Who sale. We're checking out Amazon UK for a second here, man. Just saying. Hey, Arch, welcome. Prime Day deals. Home cinema, TV, and video. DVD and Blu-ray. There we go. Okay. You're lucky I'm not seeing any. But I'll do it anyway. Doctor Who Blu-ray. You got the best Doctor Who sets, by the way. You probably got them all anyway, though. Actually, not bad. You got some decent prices there. 36 pounds. This is the one I picked up. Okay, I'll believe you this time. Which two don't you own? The Batman in 4K. How much is that one here now? $7.99 for a 4K. That's really good. As you can see, these are lightning deals, so it's $7.99. So if you want to grab it, grab it now. Lightning deals, once they're gone, they're gone. We'll come back to Doctor Who afterwards. I know my dad's here. I convinced my dad on Doctor Who's here today. Actually, we'll get Doctor Who now. The ones you want to get Holy crap! Are you serious? Why is it so cheap in the UK, in US? $23 for William Hartnell? Like that's $80. $80 in Canada. $80. I kid you not. $19 for Tom Baker series is Sylvester McCoy for 24. $34 for season 6. This is usually the hardest one to get. Okay, anybody that doesn't have classic Doctor Who and are looking at or ever wanted to try classic Doctor Who, you no longer have any excuse not to try. I mean, at $20, you can try. And if you want a recommendation, I'm right here. Like, I bought this one was my mom bought me was $34 and Canadian too, like which is good prices for Canadian. And most of these were like this one's 38, I think. This one was 36. This was like 50. Well, what they're doing for the episodes that aren't there is they do like reproductions of the episodes. But they do plan Trichopedia on doing the entire season, so, like all series of Doctor Who. So all 20. So for those that know, Doctor Who, the classic series, lasted for 26 seasons or 26 series to be correct. Sylvester McCoy did 3, 1, 2. So in North America, rather than say like, so this one right here is series 6. So that is the 6th year that Tom Baker played Doctor Who. But in actuality, the series have been going on since the 60s with other people playing Doctor Who. So that's actually series 17 of the show. I managed to grab both Hitchcock 4K sets. That's really good. They had some early, kind of like early buyer deals here too as well. So yeah, Doctor Who, if you don't have it, man, quite the time to get it. It's like we got some kids and family stuff here. So I'm on check Looney Tunes Platinum here. These are the DVD ones though. But $24 for the complete Animaniacs is a really great price. $26 for the complete Thundercats is fantastic. $23 for complete Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? On Blu-ray is utterly fantastic. Like these are like Amazon.com, not gonna lie, always get the best deals. Always get the best deals. Okay, how much was this one? So $34 for the complete Superman the Complete Animated Series on Blu-ray. Almost sold out. Lightning deals. 81% gone. Wait, 100% claimed. Let's just see. No, it's $34. So what was it before? Oh, it was $19. See, so this is how quick it goes, by the way, guys. All coupons now claimed. So this was $34. It just goes that fast. So I'm serious. If you're looking at any of that stuff, looking at any of the Doctor, looking at any of that stuff, this stuff goes fast. You're a Zack Snyder fan. If you're not a Snyder bro, a Zack Snyder fan, then look right here. Zack Snyder's Justice League. I still think it's overly long, but it is 100% the best version of this film. Is $12.99 for the 4K right now. $12.99. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You never know, man. It is crazy, isn't it? Criterion, Vinegar Syndrome, Severin, Prime, and don't forget Arrow Video, man. Arrow Video's got stuff going right now too, Dennis. Which I do want to talk about, but it's just getting through everything. We got like Sony TV shows here, and you can see we got some Better Call Saul, the complete series here, for $109. Had a great price. I'm wondering if that's like the sale thing's over for that one. Jesse Stone, $23 is actually way off from what it was before, so that's actually a good price. I'm a big like fan of the BBC shows, so that's stuff like Inspector Morse, and I think the new series called Endeavor, right, with like the young Inspector Morse. So like $34 for the complete. Holy for the complete series, that's a 17 disc set. The Luther here with Idris Elba is a pretty badass character too. Like, but one, Idris Elba is pretty freaking intimidating, cool dude. His character Luther is just so damaged and so cool. Idris Elba is super cool. I would totally buy those Hallmark. You know it. You would buy those. We would both buy those Hallmark things. 80 for Brady. Yeah, I love that one. Barney Miller. I almost bought this one when I was in Canada. And I really, really regret not buying it. Chips Complete Series for $9.99. Great price for that one, by the way. This is a re-release of the Power Ranger set. I showed you guys. I have all four. This is the first one. So if you just want to get like the original Power Rangers before it became like Power Rangers RPM or Power Rangers like Turbo or anything like that, this is a complete original first Power Rangers characters right here, all in one set. It's $24.99. It's a massive set. It's got a ton of special features. It's great stuff. Heart to Heart, $42 is a steal. Another great show. This is a Shout Factory release, by the way. Barney Miller, another incredible show. And this includes I think the first season of Fish as well, which is a spinoff series. Thunderbirds for $23. And by the way, I keep forgetting it, but it's right here. This is my release of Thunderbirds. It's an ITV timeless release. So it has the Launching Thunderbirds documentary on here as well. And it has the complete series, not the films, but the complete TV series. Original Clown Leap is fantastic. So is the new show. Isn't that surprising? Like, I will tell you right now, 100%, I did not expect anything at that new series, and it was so good. My So-Called Life, I'm not going to lie, I really like this is where Jared Leto kind of got his big start at. Is Never Morse over? Mad TV, I'm going to guess this. This had a lot of music in it. I'm going to guess this is cut. Like, for those that don't know, Mad TV had a lot of music in it, much like Saturday Night Live did. So I'm going to guess this is cut to pieces. Like, you can let me know. Maybe it's not, but I would say it would be. Got some SCT right here for $30. More Virginian, Moore's Fantasy Island. I am Mr. Rock, and welcome to Fantasy Island. There's a new Fantasy Island series on. I actually thought it was going to be really bad. I had the girl from what's it called, Devious Maids. But it was actually pretty good. I actually liked it way more than I thought I was going to. Paper Chase. Loved this show. I hated the new live action Thunderbirds movie. I thought it was an atrocious affront to the series. So this here, Newhart, is the only season of Newhart I don't have. So I have every other season of Newhart except for this one. Kim just announced the French live action Tintin moves on Blu-ray. Actually, those were announced a while back. Did he announce them? Did he re-release? Are there different ones? Because I know, because I'm I'm a Tintin like fanatic. I'm going to be buying those. Mr. Belvedere, Simon and Simon. Already, just looking at the title of Simon and Simon. You just got an email about them? Is it like the what's it called? The orange was the blue orange or something like that? If it is, maybe they're about to come out. Maybe that's why they're announcing it now. Stingray. See, like, don't want to miss out on these because yeah, that they must just be releasing them. So that's why. So basically, it's reminding you that they're coming out. Got Anime Essentials here, Sony Movie Classics, Mystery Science Theater. Oh, you're serious? $14. Okay, that's for the movie. Like $22, $25 for a Mystery Science Theater set. That's fantastic. $21 for like, And so there's usually like four episodes. They're usually like nice sets. Rhino used to do the original like releases of Mystery Science Theater, and when Rhino did them, what they would do is they would put the original movie and the Mystery Science Theater version of the movie on the discs. But in North America, once when it was still North America, uh, once Shout Factory took over the license of Mystery Science Theater from Rhino, then the only release the Mystery Science Theater version of the episode. Hold on, maybe I got a couple there. I'll be right back. All right, so this is a Rhino release from Mystery Science Theater. So I bought this one at a pawn shop, and coming loose. And it would have normally what would have was like these double-sided discs, like the Skydivers, Creeping Terror, and Catlanta Caper, and was supposed to have for the other one, it was supposed to be Bloodlust, but for some reason it was taken out, and Side Hackers was put in there instead, which is again was an early Mystery Science Theater release, so I wasn't too concerned. But what they did is they have these little booklets in here as well, and you would find there'd be the MST3K and the non-MST3K one on there, so you'd get like different chapter indexes. And when it went over to Shout Factory, what they did was they put in a lot more features in place of that. So this one here is The Corpse Vanishes, War of the Lost World, the infamous Santa Claus, and Night of the Blood Beast. So with this one, there's interviews from War of the Lost World, Santa Claus Conquers the Devil, the 50-year retrospective of Night of the Blood Beast, the Turkey Day version, because they did like these kind of like they call like Thanksgiving Day, Turkey Day. The Turkey Day intros, and also what they would put in there as well, which I thought was kind of fun, and they put in all the releases, were 4 mini posters for each of the films. If you bought some of the really limited editions, then you could find yourself getting a limited edition figure of characters like Croce Robot or Tom Servo or Gypsy, depending on the limited edition release that you bought. And usually those would be the ones that the race issues. Yeah, Toho, man. Toho, do it to you. I think, wasn't there a Gamera set that was going to be released that had like super rights issues to it as well? Oh, by the way, just to show you what a big edition looks like. This is the 20th anniversary steel edition of Mystery Science Theater. Inside of here It had the first spaceship on Venus, Laser Blast, Werewolf, the Sam Kessman film, and Future War, a three-part look at the 20-year history of Mystery Science Theater, which is really great. San Diego Comic-Con reunion panel, and last but not least, it had this. The Crow T robot figure. Hope you guys can see that good. I also had the Tom Servo set here somewhere too, but I can't remember where that's at. The thumbnail I used was actually from a movie called, I think, Scream of Fear, otherwise known as Macabro, and it's being put up by Mondo Macabre. They're putting that one out along with a Jess Franco Dr. Orloff film. From the Shadow, there you go. From Shadow Fear, there you go. But yeah, so there's a lot of really good stuff here, like a lot of great releases. And Shout Factory went and re-released early releases, just did them like differently. But like $22 is great for these stuff. They have the newer stuff here as well, new seasons. If anybody's a Mystery Science Theater fan out there, then I have a question for you right now, Joel or Mike. And I want an answer. I want to know, are you a Joel person or a Mike person? And don't go being on the fence about this either. Like, either Joel or Mike. That's usually one or the other. Their Fan is such a good film. Classic animated TV shows. So obviously we have Thundar the Barbarian only on DVD, unfortunately, but this is my better half's favorite. So we have this one. Joel, there you go, Jimmy. Jimmy, you have gained cool points. I was not going to say who my favorite was until I heard somebody else say theirs. But if anybody knows me well enough to know my sense of humor in real life, not on camera, then you know I'm a Joel person. We got SWAT Cats here, Hercules. Oh, Hercules. I got this one on Blu-ray. Actually, this is fantastic. The Jetsons, Space Ghost, and Dinobots here. The newer Thundercats, Addams Family. This is actually Jodie Foster did the voice of Pugsley, I think, in a show. Charlie Brown, Snoopy Show. Got the DVD editions of these as well. Josie OG, but all MSC their KOs are your favorite. But you don't have a favorite, Maddie? See, here I am putting the screws in that. Where's Space Ghost used to do? Yeah, it was a Space Ghost Coast to Coast series, and why not? I actually have all of it, and here's one volume right here. Why do I sometimes not buy as many things as I used to? I started to realize how much I got. Oh, Warner Archive Collections. Oh, guys, Malcolm, Maddie, Yates. Warner Archive. Are you serious? Damn, it's right. Oh, let's see what we got here. Pump up the volume. We used to love this movie. I did radio in journalism, and I did everything. Radio, I did TV, I did print. But I idolize this movie. The Thin Man. It is a fantastic one. I love the entire Thin Man series. I used to have the Thin Man box set, and I lost it in my move from Ottawa to back to Newfoundland. And it's been one of my biggest regrets. And I've always been sad that I don't have Thin Man movies anymore. I think I might have one in my collection on a pre-owned DVD. And that's one of the saddest things that's missing from my collection. This is great. I love the Thin Man movies, like William Powell and Myrna Loy are just incredible. These are all fun. Don't let Jimmy Stewart tell you otherwise. All of them are fun. Think from Another World, James Arness. Oh, guys, here, Supergirl. So I have like the big cut of the film on here as well. Got Lady Hawk, Rhino. That's some great stuff. Night Shift is here. Oh, God, I remember seeing this movie back in the day. Perry Mason, their classic Perry Mason. Oh, wow. Cabaret. There's a movie that'll make you happy and sad in 10 seconds flat. Doc Hollywood is here. Flight of Dragons. Westward the Women. Robert Taylor. Torchy Blaine collection. Oh. He did play the Thin Man's son. Meet Me in St. Louis. Dr. Kildare movie collection is here. Elvis, That's the Way It Is, 2001 special. Friendly Persuasion. Like, not a ton of titles, but so many good ones here. Like, $18 for that, like, Perry Mason collection. $21 for the Torchy Blaine, like, movie collection. Like, such a good one. 9 movie set. Like, it's a 9 movie set. That's great, guys. That is great. Yeah, big difference, eh? Like, in what we got and what they got in the States. And a second, if these were on like sale in Canada for $18, when you or in the UK, when you buy, yeah, hell yeah. 6 film set, the original Warner Brothers Mysteries, just great stuff. Great stuff. I'm so jealous of you guys in the States right now. I'm not even joking, man. Terrifier 2 Collector's Edition and more. What's the and more? Okay, so $15 for the Blu-ray. This was really hard to get for a long time, by the way. I had to get a DVD because the Blu-ray just was sold out everywhere all the time. The Sharknado Complete Collection is here, $14. Not bad price at all for that. Pennywise, actually a pretty documentary, $14. You can buy Terrifier 2 on DVD for $9.99. I paid more than that for it. Lauren Hardy, The Essential New Collection, nice, $26. Poker Face, The Mulligan, Aurora, Tea Garden, 6 movie collection. I'm going to check out this Lauren Hardy. 46% off. A 10-disc set. $12.99 Dirty Harry Blu-ray set. All but the Deadpool. Hey, speaking of which, spoke with Malcolm earlier because I went to the farm today. While I was at the farm, I picked up some a couple of the things over there that I wanted to watch. One thing I picked up was my DVD edition, actually, of the Deadpool. So there's a conversation piece right there. I love the way these were done. These all have this like kind of like this broken glass like shot there, and I actually got Streets of San Francisco of season 1, volume 1, because I want to rewatch that. And I got a bunch of these, but I can only find this one right now. And because we didn't have a lot of time, we weren't there for a long time. And this was the Carry On Gang series of films. So Wham USA put it out here in North America. And these three have not the right films in there, by the way, but better ones. So it has Carry On Regardless. I put these in here, by the way. These all were the right films initially here, so I put them in around. Carry On Sergeant, which has William Hartnell in it, but it's right there. See William Hartnell, that's true. And Carry On Teacher. So yeah, I got a bunch of Carry On films. Oh, we do. It's an olive farm. Her mom and dad's farm. That's where a lot of my movies are. These pants are like, I'm sweating pounds off here, by the way, guys. I'm not even kidding you. Some of my clothes don't even fit me anymore. How did you find the War Trilogy, by the way? My better half has a farm. I have a better half that owns a farm. Her and her sister. The Shining is here. The TV movie, which actually I didn't like totally hate. It's a little bit boring. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. Hopefully you can't. But yeah, we have air conditioning. It was like 45 degrees today. It would have killed me without it, because one of our downstairs fan like bit the dust today. A Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3. The Warren. I think this was the Warren. Yeah, it is the Warren Archives edition. $15. So all the Warren Archives aren't in one place. This is the DVD of The Hitcher. I didn't even know that was still out. It's a great trilogy. Haven't watched it in like ages, but I still remember loving it. V, The Final Battle. That's another Warren Archives release right there. Christmas Getaway. Malcolm want any of these other ones. He wants the Christmas Getaway. Meg in 3D. My dad will love this. Ready Player One in 3D. I think I had this in 3D actually. Gotta get you some Hallmark. Christopher Nolan Director's Collection. That was 4. I got a bunch of Christopher Nolan, but it's 4K. I recommend if you got a 4K, get Christopher Nolan 4K. No, this is different ones. Like, that's the thing, H. Like, some Warner Archive movies are like showing up in other places. So you got to look around, because you could be saying, okay, well, I guess these are the Warner Archives in the Warner Archives like set, right? Like, because there's a section there, right? And then we just went to another section completely different. And some different Warner Archives showed up there. Elvis, I actually dug that movie. Megan, I really like Megan. Not gonna lie. Sherlock Holmes, I like that. Got some 4K, some 4K Planner too. Yeah, if you got a 4K system and you want to like, for lack of a better word, you want to show off your 4K system. You want to show people how good your 4K system is. Or right there, Planet Earth. That too. That'll show people, like, you put on Planet Earth 2 on a good 4K TV with a 4K player. Hell, put on a friggin' Xbox Series. It will show you how good it is. Like, and this is just something like there's new stuff coming up here. Batman, was this here before? Batman here, the complete animated series for $24. What a great price. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The newer series, but you know what? I was iffy on this one. But because the animation was actually really good. Like 1994. I only got the first 2 seasons, I think. $25 for the Bugs Bunny 80th Anniversary Collection. That's a steal. Like, this is like, I think $60-something on sale right I'm a huge fan of like Looney Tunes. I've got the complete gold collection. I got the complete platinum collection on Blu-ray. Then I got some of the superstar sets that had like stuff on it that wasn't on the platinum or the gold collections. Um, but like I desperately need this one too. And I haven't seen it there yet, Alan. Like as we go through, you can see there's a lot more stuff on here. Smallville, I love the show. I got this complete series. It was $84.99 for the Blu-ray. Three Stooges, $25 for the complete series. Complete like short series. That includes like some 3D shorts as well, by the way. Constantine. This lasted way too short. Such a good show. $14.99. Full House, if you like that show, $39.99. Original Star Trek series on DVD, $37. All three seasons. You're a West Wing fan? Yeah, I have this because I'm a huge fan of his writing. You either are or you aren't. Either you like the guy or you don't. We share the same first name. The Max is here. I remember the Max, man. Oh, Frasier, if you want it. Frasier is $89. Incredible Hulk the complete series. That is so good. $43 for that. It's a great price. Chips here for $49. Brett Maverick the complete series, $22. Macabro the complete collection is $85. 105. Do you know how many seasons Dallas went on and how long the seasons were? Malcolm, some of those seasons went like close to 40 episodes. One of my favorite seasons, by the way, is the season that turned out to be a dream. I have the complete Dallas upstairs, but I had to buy it season by season. Did the complete Dallas? I'm sure it did actually include the movies, the TV movies. I think it did. Let's look at Amazon UK. Let's check out the Dallas set for one. Looks like it's out of stock right now. Was it DVD or Blu-ray? I know one set, once you open up the box and play the theme music, which would last for about a week. Oh yeah, something like this is going to sell it quick, man. If like they put like a big sale on like Dynasty or the Colbys, I could see that selling really fast too. It like when things go, man, they go super quick. Look at the difference. Look right here, guys. Look at the difference. We just looked at the Amazon US, Amazon.com, right? I love Falcon Crest by the way, H. This is what they're showing for Amazon UK. I mean, here's the thing. We would have to use the same Amazon. I would not be using Amazon America. It's too expensive for me. Amazon UK is closer to me. So we both get screwed over, dude. Maybe there's a lot more in here than it looks like. So let's see what we got here. Let's see for some of the UK viewers here. Rosemary and Thyme. I have this actually, complete collection. Mine is like North American edition, so it looks different. Filey's War was a really good show. Remember, like Anybody that never saw this, a great show, and it has like a driver, and there's like a kind of a twist to it. Airwolf, I love Airwolf, and see what they did here. I love this. So, for those that don't know, Airwolf was a show with Gianmarco Vincent. After the third season, it was put into syndication. And when they did that, the lead characters, Gianmarco Vincent and Ernest Borgnine, were taken off the show to put in cheaper actors. And for the fourth season, they would use like it was I'm not gonna it was Canadian actors, and they would use like clips of the of Airwolf flying from the first three seasons. So I guess for a lot of people, the first three seasons of Airwolf and not the fourth are considered the complete series. Dun, 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 dun. Oh god. I drove my better half. Like she hadn't seen the show. We cheapened it out, man. We did. Well, I also gave you all your good sci-fi series, so you're welcome. The Mockingbird 6th Anniversary Edition 4K is right here. Enterprise, yes, I liked it. I know I'm alone in that. Tour Duty, I got this, by the way, a great show. Six More Tales, Eric Romer is here. I was never, I kind of half got in. Yeah, exactly. Season 4, Airwolf's like those without Jim Morrison Doors album. Like where people say, what without Jim Morrison Doors album? Yeah, Buck Rogers, 21st Century, great show. Actually, I mentioned this so many times. At my first Comic-Con, like I'm rushing to get to my better half because had to get some more money because we're getting some stuff. Like I literally almost bump right into Buck Rogers, Joe Girard. And some people, I'm the fault. Almost bang into this guy, right? And he's there. He's a celebrity. He could have been a real dick to me. You could have said something to him, could have scoffed him. He could have but he was very super nice. So if you ever get the chance to meet Joe Girard at a Comic-Con or something like that, do it. He's a really nice guy. Get a picture. Guy's a legend. Deserves it. Super nice. Yeah, Cromer Tales of Four Seasons. Like there's stuff. I mean, not a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna check here on Amazon CA, but I gotta make sure it was signed out. I want to put my Amazon stuff on here, of course. I want to have my because I get a lot of stuff sent out to my mom and stuff. I would 100% not be fair to have their address there. So let's see, Malcolm, if I can cheese you with Amazon Canadian. See if it's good. I love that, Fab. I really did. They did not think that show was going to be good. Like they did not think it was going to be the hit that it was. Look, Reese's Pieces. Okay, let's see what we got. We probably got nothing in our movies either. Oh my God. I'm sorry, UK. What the? Things are selling fast. So Angel, the complete series, $48. The complete Futurama, seasons 1 to 8 for $53. Oh wow, really? Is it still there? Targets is here for $36. We got Criterion's on sale. Texas Chainsaw Massacre for 37 for the 4K edition of it. 12 Angry Men is like $32. Shaw Brothers is 156. Still, it's a good price considering what it normally is. It's almost $200. So it's around $50 off. Disturbing Behavior is on for six, a little bit off, not a lot. Still, there's a big difference. What the hell, UK? Are you drunk? What's going on? We have some Godzilla here, some People Under the Stairs, Christmas Vacation on 4K. I love French and Sanders, actually. So we got some superhero stuff. You see, it's like more expensive here. Like one of the prices that got on Amazon.com. Like for us, this is great prices, but not the level of pricing. This Batman and 80th anniversary collection was cheaper. Like when my oldest daughter got it, actually, and it's a good set. Batman the Complete Series, standard editions here. Wonder Woman for $40 for the complete series on Blu-ray is a great price. You can buy it on DVD for $34, but hell, spend an extra $6 get the Blu-ray edition. Adventures of Batman. I'm not sure if this is Owen Soul doing the voice of Batman here in this one or not, or because I know he was the voice of Batman for a while. Yeah, it's Owen Soul. Incredible Hulk, the complete series is here. Blu-ray for $69. That's actually really good. Superman, the Fleischer Brothers, $22 for the Blu-ray on that one. That's actually really good. Smallville, the complete series, $114. Got some 4K stuff here. Duck Dodger, some retro Saturday morning stuff. The Duck Dodger is not retro. Batman Beyond is here. Complete series. Yogi Bear is here. Bugs Bunny. See, like it's $68 here, which is still a lot cheaper, but not as cheap. Freakazoid. I used to love that show. This was really good, by the way. These Saturday morning cartoons, so they put them in separately, right? 1960s had 2 volumes, 1970s had 2 volumes. They screwed us over with 1980s, giving us only 1 volume for the 1980s. And when you watch these sets, you're like, it's like going back in time and getting up on Saturday morning and watching like different animated shows, because it wasn't like the complete series or complete show. It was like different shows that came on during that time period. So you could get up and watch like a block of like cartoons, get some cereal. Fantastic stuff. Like great stuff here. So Malcolm, you're screwed. You were screwed over. You guys were screwed over. UK was screwed over when it came to this. So let's see what we got here for the 4K stuff. I know there was a box set recently on here. It's probably sold out now. There's a Paramount set, like I think it was set 3. It's a ton of 4Ks here. I've got some Harry Potter here as well, if you're into that. I personally wouldn't give anything to that girl. So, but secondhand. That is not right. I mean, like, and also, like, there's like, I can get it if there's, not as many, or there's so, like, this is a lot less. It's like significantly less. Like when we look at the UK, there's 4. There was 4 there. Couldn't even fill up a page. I wonder if the Paramount one is still there. Like the Batman ones are on sale here. Let's see. Maybe they're all sold up. I'll check. Maybe it's a lightning deal. I think that's Paramount. Yeah, it must be sold out. No, it's Columbia. It's Columbia. I apologize, guys. No, it's still there. So for those that like haven't got it, it's $89. Volume 3, 44% off, really good price. Yes, I actually got almost the entire series. Actually, I think I got the entire series of Father Dowling Mysteries. He was Amos Tucker in Murder She Wrote. I got the completed Murder She Wrote too. I don't have the complete Happy Days though. Well, look, it's like 4Ks and 4Ks for like 6 different films, 6 great films here, and with an 80-page book. From Here to Eternity, like most of these movies include either TV pilots, miniseries, or eventually a sequel. Like the From Here to Eternity included the pilot with Don Johnson. Wow, that's really cool. I did not know that. Like there's To Serve with Love there. Annie's there. As Good as It Gets, the last picture show, To Serve with Love, From Here to Eternity, It Happened One Night. All in 4K. Oh no, actually he left Murder She Wrote to he played Sheriff Amos Tucker, and after he left, another guy came on. Well, I don't remember him. I remember him like from the show as well, but I don't remember him from other things quite well. One of the neat things about it is the guy that played Gomez Adams, like in the Adams Family. I know John Aston played 2 roles on Murder She Wrote. And what's different about this, like a lot of a lot of actors played different characters in Murder She Wrote, right? But he played a director in an episode, but he also played an ongoing deputy character to Sheriff Tucker's deputy, who was in a few different episodes. So there's one thing in playing a character and then playing a different character, but he played a character and an ongoing character. What was really neat about the Father Dowling series was that he got to like stretch his acting roles a bit more too, because he doesn't just play like Father Dowling, but Father Dowling has a twin brother that's sketchy. Me too. Tracy Nelson, I think, played the nun. Is Tracy Nelson? I've got to look now. Yep, Tracy Nelson played the nun. Oh, since you guys mentioned it, I have the other season too, but this is Father Dowling Mysteries. Let's see if it's here. Final season. So it's in my other one. So when I got this series, because the first season is not very long, 2 discs, right? I bought the first season and I found the final season at a local kind of like charity shop. And I found the first season again, but I already had the first season, right? So I opened up the first season, and inside of it was the first season and the second season discs as well. So although I don't have the second season case, I have all the second season discs because it was there with the first season in the Father Dowling Mysteries set. So Got a few things, guys. Isn't it weird how much stuff we've mentioned tonight that I'm just like randomly pulling out? There's Comic Classics right there. It's like right there, bringing the movie box sets. Let's check these out. How did I not see it? We got the Mission Impossible set is here, the Final Destination set, Godfather on DVD, the Nightmare on Elm Street set, Rush Hour trilogy is right here for $21. $100 for the Universal Monster set, which is a really great price. It's like 30 films. Where's the Hardy Boys Nature Drew set? Did I miss that? If it's there, yes, 100% recommend Hardy Boys Nature Drew. What was really cool in the original, if you're talking about the original series, the ones with the with Parker Stevenson and Sean Cassidy. In the episode, there's an episode with Paul Williams, the singer, and it was a Halloween episode. And he sings a song from Phantom of the Paradise, which is completely no way in hell would that get played like on like a kind of a kids one, right? Well, not kids, like teen show right now, because I think he played just a hell of it. Hello, David, welcome, man. Someone slipped an extra disc into the Echo Bridge Sci-Fi 8-pack when I thrifted and had the copy of Faculty Castle Freaking Drive. That is amazing. That's cool. But just a hell of a play. Shine on thunder, roll on lightning. The days are long and the nights are fright. Yeah, they're just right there. Halloween trilogy, $31, a good price if you get that on Blu-ray. The new trilogy. There's the James Bond Daniel Craig collection, $29. That's a good price for that. Dexter, the complete series for $54, includes Dexter, the New Blood too. Dracula 2000, hot cast, man. I did not plan to come on and do this, but this kind of took on a life of its own tonight. Insanity in all the stuff that's on sale here, and it is amazing. Amazing that the UK got screwed over so bad. Just for fun, because at this point, why not? Amazon France. Okay, let's do Amazon France. I'm not going to go right in, but maybe it was all of Europe. Maybe it wasn't the UK that got screwed up. See, look, there's less here. Less Amazon France. Better box sets. But you got like Dialis. That was the one of the good ones. Madame Columbo. So they tried to spin off Columbo into Mrs. Columbo. And so in it, like basically, I think by the second season she's divorced, right? And Peter Falk is like, no way in hell would this actually be like Mrs. Columbo. Like not the actress, but the fact that the way they did the character, because he was like really dedicated to his wife in the series Columbo. But yeah, it's not easy to find. They're usually like bonus episodes on like seasons of Columbo. I love this classic monster set. I love the way it look at the set. It's gorgeous. Your Dallas says still hasn't beat them, man. Madame Columbo is called Mrs. Columbo in North America, and it started Kate Nelligan, who went on to be in Star Trek Voyager as the captain of that show. Picked up Mandy, Beyond the Black Rainbow, and Escape from LA. Good titles, man. You picked up some good titles there. You don't have to have a set to find like good stuff. I love this steelbook for Videodrome here. It's actually kind of cool. That's not bad. Yeah, it's looking like maybe it's all the EU. Yeah, it got screwed over. Why? I mean, the Great Silence. I guess called the Grand Silence here. Fantastic film, which everybody should own, by the way. I don't own it yet, though, so I'm a hypocrite, but I should own it. Game of Thrones, 59 euros, not bad. $11 pages. Maybe they do have you beat. Ken Moger, thank you. I said, what did I say? I said Carrie Nelligan, didn't I? There you go. I've got to get a name wrong at least once per video, or it's not, or you got to wonder if I've been taken over by a clone. So there you know. Now you know it's the real me. Now, Maddie, you know it's the real me. Now you know they haven't replaced me yet. I don't know, Malcolm. Some pretty good stuff here. 11 pages. Creed 1 and 2 steelbook here. If you're a steelbook person, I'm not a big steelbook person, but if you are, definitely some decent stuff. Original Super Mario Brothers. Doctor Who seasons 1 to 12. Love this set. You almost weren't. We were like, well, look at that. They've only got 2. And then we get to like, son of a bitch. But there you go, guys. At a little over 2 hours long. Oh, we should have had you, Malcolm. We should have dropped in. You could have told us about your stuff. I looked to see if I got a message from you, but I figured I took you away from your better half enough, and I do want to get you in trouble. So that's why. Just so you know. That's why. That's really why. Pasta with Gary Sinise. I love Gary Sinise. That's your responsible. Do you want to come in now? I can bring you in now. Anybody want to bring Malcolm in before we end the video? Shall we taunt Malcolm about his lack? Let us taunt Malcolm about his lack of stuff. What am I saying? I'm in Morocco. I can't get anything. Wait a minute. I did get something, didn't I? Not as much as you, though. So. Here's the thing, guys. You never know. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, right? My channel, it's like the most delicious chocolates, and you never know what you're going to get. From time to time, from day to day, from second to second, from minute to minute. And here we go. I just shot an invite over to Malcolm. Let's get him in to talk about Mondo Macabre, talk about his Amazon releases, and to chat for a second here about some of this stuff. What do you think? And Maddie, you're welcome too, by the way. We could have had a roundtable. says Suno, I'm putting it out there. Isn't it? Like, not only is it hot here, right now, but, and I do have air conditioning. I got a ring light, like, staring on me. I kid you not. I have a ring light. I got my computer. It's super hot. The fact that I'm on camera brings some burgers. It's okay. Well, you know, that, just so you know, that invitation is always welcome. So if you see me talking sometime, it's something you're interested in. There you go. Hello there.
Hello.
So look, we're both wearing green.
I got to keep mine out of shot because it's the vinegar syndrome one.
Ah, skater shirt.
Oh.
Still, you know, I'm still riding die. Skateboarder man. It's Mickey Mouse skater shirt. Air conditioning works, but it's like really hot at your age. So you got screwed over with the Amazon Prime sale. But you got a good set. You got like the Dallas set. That's a good set, man.
Yeah, I'm really happy to get that. I've been wanting it for a while, and it's always been overpriced.
Oh yeah. Is
So
that the one that plays the music?
I think it's the cheap set.
Dude,
you know, where it's
no
in the plastic boxes. You know, it's in the like big ones, big horrible cheap sets.
Well, remember, like, well, even the one that played the music, like it played it for a week. Like, I got like a great like figure from NECA figure that my kids got me, right?
Yeah.
I'm a huge like Friday 13th fan, so they got me the NECA like Jason with the purple outfit and the gold and dark stuff, right? And we open it up and it will play the music when Jason comes on the screen, which is fantastic. And it played it for like about a week and a half, and then like didn't play it anymore. I had the mask too, the NECA mask, but unfortunately, my maid was like moving some stuff up, and and it broke, and it's out of, you can't get them anymore, right?
Oh no!
So it's like in 3 pieces. So I've kept the pieces in hopes that sometime I'll be able to fix it. But yeah.
The my Batman set, you know, the limited edition one.
That one up there.
That ran that. Yeah, that ran out after a week.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, Batman. You're like, oh, this is so cool.
I love the bit. I love the bit when they're done. They go.
Oh, I got a story then. A quick story for you guys before we go into the movie stuff. So, my oldest was little, right?
Yeah.
I bought her this big like Galactus toy.
Yeah.
And it had batteries in. It would say, "I hunger." Right, because from Silver Surfer, like cartoon at the time, it lasted for 13 episodes. So, middle of the night, one night, batteries are dying. So, I'm up. I'm doing some writing. And like I fall asleep on the couch. I hear this. I'm like, what the hell's that? It freaked me out. It freaked me out for a long time.
Wow.
But so you're getting this stuff. I'm gonna guess you're grabbing this. I'm gonna try and bring it up here now. You're grabbing this Mondo stuff.
Oh, definitely.
What's your favorite Mondo release?
Oh, probably. I believe it's Howard the Devil.
Not just for the cover.
Well, partly I had to get the limited edition for the cover, but I do like the Paul Nash plays all these different characters, you know, because he's honoring them through the movie.
It's a great film.
It's a bit crazy, but it's a lot of fun.
When I was showing that on here, by the way, it was like covering like 16 Chris.
There's that one, and then I probably really like The Fan,
That was a great title too.
and Night of the Executioner. I thought was all right. I didn't think it was that great. I hadn't seen that one.
Oh, you gotta watch this. Did you get limited edition version?
No.
3 hour and 20-minute interview with Ray Lovelock.
Oh, what?
Seriously, it's fantastic. Great release. So either way, it's a great release. It's a folk horror film, very much in the vein of like Blood on Satan's Claw or Wicker Man type, that style of horror, right?
Yeah.
A bit of a slow burn, sexy type thing. It's got a bit of the erotica stuff to it too.
Yeah.
So good stuff, like great stuff. But now that I got you in here, and I know you do like these Mondo-esque releases.
Yeah. So I've got a whole set there I've got to watch right now.
Is that the Bollywood set?
No, that's all the Mondo.
Oh, it's your Mondo stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna rhyme off some releases.
All right.
I'm gonna get you to give me a yay or nay
All right.
on some of these because the Mondo sales come out every once in a while too. So always good to check this out. Yay or nay, guys. And I won't pick anything too new because some new ones. Emmanuel in America.
Yay.
A horse is a horse, of course. Don't Deliver Us from Evil.
I would say yay.
100%. That's my first Mondo, by the way. The DVD.
Was it really?
Yep. Found it at I was buying some movies from a guy and he had it put in with some regular stuff.
Nice. If you say Love Bites of the Mummy, that's a nay.
What about let's go for The Designated Victim.
Oh, that's a yay, because I haven't got that on the Blu-ray, but I had the Shameless version.
Same here. Great edition. It's literally like Strangers on a Train, but
definitely, yeah. It's actually really, really smart and really good. I love the ending.
What I don't like is the way this site is done sometimes where you got to go through different places to find. I go to DVD. Look, there's so much stuff here. Of course, I'm going to guess there's a yay for The Warrior.
Yeah, that's a big yay. I had that on VHS as a kid.
Okay. Tango of Perversion.
It's still sealed because I got it in the last set.
Oh, you got to watch that. You got to watch it soon. I'm not kidding, man. You think, do you know anything about it?
No.
Oh, good.
I just saw it was $10, so I picked it up.
Don't look at the case or read anything. Just put it in.
Yeah.
Because holy crap. So
is it that great?
I'll put it this way. No. When I was going through my collection and I came to Tango Perversion, I said, this is a good release to pick up. And I can't tell you anything else without getting demonetized.
Okay, that's going to be a watch tomorrow then.
I'm serious.
What about The Wife Killer?
Same thing. I mean, they're both really, really good. Tango Perversion is a little bit more insane, but they're both here's the thing. Greek giallo, Greek thrillers, they have a whole thing where the bad guy has to get it in the end. It's a morality clause. But for a country that has a morality clause in these movies, their films had the most messed up morality and the most perverse stuff. You're gonna say, Wife Killer, again. Yeah, if you can do it. Does your wife watch this stuff?
No. She'll look at bits with me if I show her, but she won't go have a way to watch them. Okay,
yeah. So yeah, it's this. If you can, it's a nice double feature. But if at least watch Tango Perversion tomorrow. Let me know what you think.
I will let you know.
Much because I want to get it. It's not this is not as bad. But no, there's concepts in it that just kind of are you serious? And this is a good guy. Because you meet the hero and you're like, oh, this must be he's pretty pretty sleazy character. This must be the bad guy. And you're like, oh wait,
Yeah.
no, this is the good guy. This is the guy.
It always reminds
Never
me of Calcutta when Alan Ladd slaps the woman in the face.
Oh, if
You
that
know,
was
you just
if it was
like,
a slap in the face, you'd be like, oh, that's okay. But oh no, don't read the back, please.
I won't read the back. I'll watch it tomorrow and let you know what I think.
Yeah, let me know.
Diabolical Doctor Z is decent. Just so I can
It's a good
select
title. I
it.
mean, it's not going to be not like it's earlier like Franco stuff. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be like stuff you see like later.
I liked it. I thought it was good because I had the Kino Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, it's grand. It's fantastic. And it's not what you expect with this type of stuff. I like For Your Height Only, Challenge of the Tiger. Great releases.
Yeah. I'm hoping to pick up Alucarda doing, when they do these ones.
Oh, Alucard is a good one. I got Mansion of Madness, which is a great one, like by the same guy. Devil's Sword with the Iron Warrior. Yeah,
I bought that recently. off eBay for 40 quid.
you can't. It's another one you can't. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can't. You just can't say, right? But yeah, like I think Tango Version was one of the ones like where I was like,
yeah,
holy crap, man, that's messed up. And this is
well, if it's messed up, then that's what we want. That's what we want from Mondo Macabre.
Yeah, I mean,
stop
like,
giving us all this easy stuff.
And like Challenge the Tiger. You remember Challenge the Tiger?
I barely remember it because it's been so long.
The two girls playing naked tennis, like just random.
I remember that now. Yeah, I remember that bit.
Just a random scene, like the guy's like hanging around there. Richard Harris is just like he's hanging around there, man. And there's like two girls in the background playing, and you're like, okay,
What we want. It's what we want.
It is what we want.
It's not watching every man's dream.
But put on Bollywood. We were talking. I have to ask you this stuff. Now I don't want to put you on the spot because we can't say what it's about. Have you watched Tangle of Perversion in the Greek like giallo collection? Because it's insane. Going blind. Oh my god. So Steph, they just announced 2 new Mondo Macabre releases. And what are they again? Like there's
Shadow of Fear and Sinister Dr. Orloff.
Yeah, Sinister Dr. Orloff. So that's the Howard Vernon one. So that's 1984 Orloff.
Yeah.
So it's got Lena Romay as a voice only, right? Pretty much. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like, oh yeah. Don't hate me for it, but add it to your list because the guy that's the hero.
It's a big recommendation.
Yeah, guys. If you want to see a very different film and a very unique hero, yeah, watch that film. But yeah, it's insane. Hopefully, Steph, you got because you're in the States, so hopefully you got some good stuff from your Amazon. Malcolm here got a great Dallas set, but overall, the UK got screwed on the Amazon sale.
Yep, we did.
Like, how can you be the only place that doesn't have Doctor Who stuff on sale when
that's what
your
I mean.
country
It's
literally
ridiculous.
made it?
It's ridiculous. I tell you, not even any BBC shows.
Yeah, I mean, like Amazon France did though. Amazon France had a ton of
They had our TV stuff on sale, but the problem with our sales as well was most of them were like £2 off, which feels like nothing.
I know, like there were some decent, like we had some decent stuff in Canada. Like if I was in Canada right now, I probably would have picked up a few things. If I was in the United States, I would have picked up. I wouldn't care if I had every single one of those Doctor Who sets except for like one at $19 each. I would have picked them all.
Bargain.
That's like
I bought all my Metro ones in HMV during Black Friday. They had them on sale, 25% off. So I just thought I'll grab them all.
You get it. But it's cool. It's so cool. I'm so glad you got it because like they're so expensive normally. The week before the sale, I was looking for Series 4, like Tom Baker Series 4,
Yeah.
Series 17, basically.
Yeah.
Because it's City of Death. City of Death is, I think, what I consider one of the best Doctor Who like series for the original series.
Mm.
And you know, because you got Julian Glover in it, Catherine
Yep.
Schell's in it from from Space 1999. John Cleese is in it.
Yep.
So you know, and it was like it was out of print, sold out, but you could find a copy for $160. Crazy, right? Sale happened. It's in print again. All of a sudden, $34.
Jump on it.
Yeah, like mom's in Canada. I didn't have Amazon Prime right now. Like I just got rid of it, so I'll get it back in like a couple months.
Yeah.
Like some cost like saving type thing. And then I'm like, shit, the sale is now. And so I contact my mom right away. I'm like, Mom, please get back to me.
You're like, Mom.
Yeah, and she's like, what is it? So do you have Amazon Prime? She's like, yes, what is it?
Well,
I said, can you
I'd
get me
like
this?
to say, I'd like to say that Amazon UK would add more, but I have no faith in the UK at all.
You guys had some good stuff though. Like over the years, I've seen some good stuff there. There were times
Yeah, they have good Black Fridays now, even though Black Friday shouldn't really exist here anyway, but they have it. So
but you said you just need
also,
Hartnell and one of the Pertwee, right, for Doctor Who?
yeah, I think they're the latest two. I know Hartnell is, the most recent one.
Yeah.
And I think the last one before that was John Pertwee, because I've got all the collections. I've got, I think, like 7 limiteds, and then the rest are normal. And the limiteds up are a bit overrated, to be honest.
I love the limits, but it's like they're pricey.
Just because the price, the price is ridiculous. But in saying that, if you're paying 50 quid for the limited and you're paying 40 quid for the standards, then the limiteds are worth it, aren't they?
Yeah, like I mean, like there's like some grids for those who don't know. I've shown everything else. Why don't I just bring that over? For those that are like just came tonight, we've seen Mystery Science Theater, both Rhino and Show Factory editions, G.I. Joe the Complete Series, Thunderbirds, Father Dowling Mysteries, my complete Mondo Macabre collection, both DVD and Blu-ray, some Carry-On films, not the ones I thought I was going to be showing, Deadpool, the last of the Dirty Harry films with the limited edition Blu-ray, and apparently right now a couple of the Doctor Who, because why not? There you go. Why not, man?
Yep. What's that one? Lovers Beyond Time. I need to pick up Lovers Beyond Time and Lady Terminator. Hopefully they'll be available.
So to put it like too quick before we get back to this.
Sure.
Eclectic is all going to be. Eclectic is my middle name, I think. Oh, where'd you go?
Got rid of me. There I
am. Okay, so the UK editions of Doctor Who, the sets are like this right here. So
limited for a limited time.
Yeah, and then they go to standard editions. So they have an L card on them, and on the inside, it's like unaltered artwork. And this is where the big differences come in. So when you open it up like this, it opens up here, then it folds out here, and there's a book, big book inside with like art, like write-ups on all the episodes, trivia, all the tells you what features on the bonus disc, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's different is that right here, each of these discs have different artwork. But in the North American edition, so initially the original North American ones came with slipcovers. This is the last season of Tom Baker.
I like that. I like that look.
And they would, I'm not sure if this one did. Yeah. So initially it came with this, which gave you the contents of the disc, shows you what was on each disc.
Yep.
All the special features, basically. All of the discs would be uniform and look the same. But eventually, to cut costs a bit, because I'm sure they were hurting.
The BBC has to do that.
Yeah, what they did was they put them out like this, so kind of like a slim line and a thick
Oh
one.
boy, that looks cheap.
Disc. So this is the season 4. So this is the 6 disc edition.
That's the one I've got up there.
This is season 2, which is the 8 disc edition. So 8 discs will be thick. 7 and 8 discs will be thick. 6 discs will be thin. There will be no booklet on the inside at all. Not even like a thing. So you literally have to put it in order to figure out what's on each disc.
I'm not gonna be rude, but those.
But that being said, aside from that, most of the features are pretty much identical to the. Yeah. There's a couple. They might have a couple like really small things that really don't matter. But to get like these here, like to buy this here at like $20. So for those that don't know, initially when you bought, I'm going to do this one a second. When you bought Dr.
Still a bargain at $20. When you think about each one used to be a single disc or 2 discs for the story arc, it's actually quite a bargain when you think about it. I mean, I wish they didn't cheap out on the stuff, but it's still really cool to, get maybe 8 arcs for the price of maybe half of one that's out of print.
I think Malcolm's pretty much saying that. You get something like this.
Yeah.
Exactly. Pay about $25, $30. If you were very lucky, you could go to Amazon.co.uk and pick up one of these sets here.
That's how I originally got mine. The DVDs.
For like this, pretty much like, for actually fairly cheap, for like $25, $30 Canadian. Yeah. Which you'd be like amazed because this one here, and if you bought it in North America, would cost you like $30.
Always the way in America, though, with English shows, isn't it? Or
I know. This here would be like $30 for the entire thing. And with a lot of features, this one has. Also, for those that have never collected Doctor Who before, here one thing you should know: Doctor Who's going to have more features than pretty much anything you've ever seen or collected in your life. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. These things are loaded with special.
I mean, they've got all the archival stuff and new stuff.
Yeah, and most of the archival stuff had things like making ofs, like stuff on different actors. Every Doctor would have one episode where what we call stripped for action, where they talk about the comic books, comic stories for that particular Doctor. So there was like a bit of everything. So if you want to dive into it, this is a really, really good time.
I remember when the UK DVDs were coming out, they then started re-releasing them with the special features as well. So you were like double dipping to get the ones with features. So there's so many out there that had like 1 disc, and then all of a sudden they had 2 discs. So the Blu-ray is the perfect way to go, really, anyway.
Well, exactly. So they put out a series, a 3-box set. And I won't bring them over because I brought them over way too much right now to got to put back. Called Regenerations. And Regenerations, literally, that's what it was. Is that the early stuff that was really important initially had one disc, very, very little features, because what they did was they put a lot of the important stuff that would sell first.
Yeah.
Stuff like Robots of Death, for instance. Stuff like Genesis of the Daleks, Tomb of the Cybermen. And they came out with nothing on it, basically. So then they put out the Regeneration boxes. So there's 3 of those, and each of those had like 3 different ones in it. And they were like loaded with features. Yeah. So now you're getting these sets here that have all the loaded discs with tons of special features on there. Yeah. You seemed amazed about when you like before. And plus everything that's listed on the back here, that's all new special features. That's not stuff that was there before. So like they got like Canon Company has newly restored complete pilot episode on here as well. There's 2 brand new documentaries on this one right here, The Writer's Room and Weekend with Waterhouse. There's 8 Behind the Sofa, which is, if you live in the UK, there's something called Google Box, which Malcolm
Yeah.
is very familiar with, I'm guessing.
Yes.
And I'm shocked it's not gone over anywhere else because, my God, is an amazing, cheap idea
Yeah.
for television. And all it is they put like camera crews in people's houses who watch BBC television. Hey, Miss Sweetie. And then they film them and their reactions watching TV shows. That's
Very
all
simple.
there is to it. So what Beyond the Sofa does is it gets the stars, writers, actors from Doctor Who, the big ones, and they film them
Yeah.
reacting to watching the program years later. They'll have new special effects and old special effects. If you're like a Star Trek fan, you're probably familiar with that. Each one of these will have at least an hour to hour and a half long interview with at least one star from the original series. Season 6 has 2. They have one with Tom Baker and they have one with Layla Ward. But every one of them is something different. So anyway, that's my Doctor Who rant right there.
I would say it's at least on the average one, probably about 20 hours of special features.
At least. I mean, like when you think about, and here's the thing, it's complete seasons of shows. So this here has like what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There, I got to uncount. Has seven shows, and this is not an hour long show. This is not a half hour long show. Doctor Who normally would run 4 to 6 episodes for regular, more,
Yeah, and all individual story arcs that sometimes connected over the series.
Exactly, like the Trial of Time Lord ones, or the Key of Time. So you're getting like either at the minimum 4-part stories, and in a lot of these here, because in North America they wouldn't show these as single part episodes, not initially.
Yeah.
We'd see them on PBS in what we call an omnibus format, which is just another way to say a movie format for the show. So they would like
they do with EastEnders.
Exactly, yeah. So they cut it into a movie version of it, and so we'd get that. And some of these here have movie versions of the episodes as well as the regular episodes as well. So there's a lot. Cool. If I've sold you on Doctor Who, let me know.
Well, before I saw the stream, I was watching Doctor Who Macabro. I was watching this one.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's another thing, guys. Sometimes a lot of Doctor Who episodes got lost. That is one of the ones that got lost, and they had to animate it in order to do the show.
The animation's actually not that bad on that.
So what type of animation? Is it like hand-drawn animation, or did they use Flash, or do they shadow?
I think it's hand-drawn animation.
It looks like hand-drawn.
Because I tell you what it looks like. Archer?
Yeah.
It looks like that.
That's not bad. It's
not bad. The sound isn't too great because obviously they've put the sound over it and you can hear the studio. Which is from where it would have been in the film. But because of the animation, it feels out of place. So, but it's good. I'm really enjoying it. I've got the whole set of the animated ones that they've done. So, because I've got Galaxy 4 here as well. So,
nice.
So I've got a whole lot of them. As you can see, guys, look at that.
I don't think Red Dwarf is actually more smaller or digestible, because here's the thing: if you picked up one season of Doctor Who, like the original series, not the new series, you could pick up the season of Doctor Who and never have to pick another season again because all the stories are self-contained.
That's a good point.
Once it's done, it's done. So you can pick this up, and that's it. You don't pick up one season of Red Dwarf and don't pick up anything else because it continues, man.
Well, what was it? What season they were on now? They were like series 14, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, like they canceled first, and so then you can buy the Red Dwarf. Then they brought it back, and then I got to get those other seasons
because it was 8 series on BBC, right? I believe, and then the rest of them were made by Dave or whatever that channel was called. I don't know if it's changed. My wife loves Red Dwarf, and you know what? I've only ever seen one episode.
See, I like Red Dwarf, but I didn't initially because
Yeah.
where I lived in Canada, and PBS was where we watched Doctor Who every Saturday night, man. And all of a sudden, I turn on PBS on Saturday night. I get ready to watch Doctor Who. I'm all excited. Red Dwarf comes on and said we've taken off
No.
like Doctor Who for the summer and we put on this series instead. And I'm like, screw you, PBS. Good night. And like, so it was years before I watched it. And they did the same thing with Blake Seven, and I love Blake Seven now. But they put Blake Seven on in place of Doctor Who. It was like it was a way to kill your show on PBS. It was like, let's put on it instead of that more popular show that everybody loves. Because every time PBS they do a marathon, like at least twice a year, like they're basically trying to sell like stuff. So basically, it'd be things like, if you really want to support your local PBS station here in Rochester, Michigan, then you can. And you're a fan of Doctor Who. We're going to get back to Doctor Who in about 5 minutes. But I want to let you know, if you really want to support Doctor Who and you want to support PBS, you want to keep seeing great shows like this on your local PBS station, then for only $75, you can get this Doctor Who Disappearing TARDIS mug. So call in right now, get your Doctor Who Disappearing TARDIS mug, support PBS, and keep Doctor Who on the air. So...
That's how you need to announce the super chats in that one. But go, if you want your Culture Cinema mug, support me
with my radio voice.
Yeah,
My dad's crazy about Red Dwarf. I was always meant to check it out, but it is like I love Red Dwarf, but I'm not gonna lie, it's not the easiest show.
It's only, I think it's one of those humor shows you have to kind of really dig into.
Yeah, like
you pay attention, and
it's not the IT, like where you watch an episode and you know exactly what it is. Like it's one of those shows that I will say right now, it found its way.
Yeah,
like it took a while, but it found its way.
It's my wife swears by the show. When we saw it in the store, she was like, "We have to buy it," and she was like, "You have to watch it. You have to watch all of it." I was like,
yeah, that's the killer part. Let's so I'm picking up like the Doctor Who, like season 6, Tom Baker, and I'm looking at City of Death now. Remembering from seeing when I was young, I'm like, wait a minute, like this is the season Douglas Adams did, right? So and it was the season Douglas Adams, like this big script advisor, and did a lot of rewrites on, and he wrote City of Death. And if you've ever seen Dirk Gently. Holistic Detective.
The one with Elijah Wood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rewatch City of Death again. It's a lot the same, man. A lot of stuff taken. And he's admitted it, actually. He admitted it. For those who don't know, City of Death is a episode where the Doctor and his companion Layla go and they realize that the paintings in the Louvre are fake.
Ooh.
So they have to go back in time and realize there's a robot, there's an alien that is actually stealing like famous paintings in time and different pieces of art and stuff like that. And if you've ever watched Dirk Gently, then you watch City of Death, you're going to see the comparisons.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, Maddie, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for staying so long. It's too bad you couldn't come in with us. Enjoy.
Hey,
the 2 Red Dwarf. Yeah, that's before they restarted the show, wasn't it? They did the 2 reunion movies, then they just.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird when you see something that aired so long ago, and then it's completely brought back, and you're like,
it's hard. I mean, like, because you're, especially if it's like sci-fi is a really hard one to do.
Yeah.
Like when they told me Doctor Who, when I heard Doctor Who was coming back on the air, I thought, oh, that's not going to work. There's no way that can work. But they literally had to okay, we need to reinvent this. And by reinvent this, they had to say, okay, we need to do what Colin Baker's first season Doctor Who did, and just with a little bit better writing. That's
I mean, I'll be honest. I think one of the best decisions they made was to keep the shoddy special effects. And then we brought it back. To be honest with you, I think the effects, because they're so bad. I mean, they're not as bad as they were back in the day, obviously. But because they're not completely brilliant, it kind of adds to the show more.
Oh, it does. And I'll say this right now. I hate the new design for the Cyberman. Like when the Peter Capaldi, when he brought back the Order of Talos Cyberman, I love that. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
But the new design of the Cyberman, when they brought him the Industrial Age ones, with the guy from like Only Fools and Horses,
yeah,
Trigger. I can't remember the actor's name, but he played Trigger on Only Fools and Horses. He's a bad guy in the Cyberman episodes.
Oh, is that the one who passed away?
Yeah. He's the one that
what
couldn't.
was his name?
So for those who know, Only Fools and Horses was a really great like comedic show with Dave Jason and
Nicholas Lyndhurst as well.
Oh yeah, and Trigger was this character who was really stupid, and he would always get people's names wrong.
The broom. Do you remember the broom? Do you remember the broom joke? I've had this same broom for like 20 years. I've had 5 heads and 10 handles. Do you remember that joke?
Yeah.
And the one with when he says to Rodney, Dave, and he goes, "My name's not Dave." He goes, "Why isn't it Dave? It's always been Dave." "No, are you sure it's not Dave?"
Trigger.
"No." Yeah.
You always got Rodney's name wrong.
Classic. One of the greatest shows of all time, Matt. I still think they should never brought it back for those 3 episodes.
They should not have. I still love because I saw it. I didn't see it when it initially came out. I got these things from the library, right? And I was getting the season. And so later on in the series, he says "lovely jubbly." It becomes one of his catchphrases.
Yeah.
And so I'm watching the show, and on the back of the series 1 set says, as Dilby always says, "lovely jubbly." And I'm into series 3. Hasn't said it once. I'm like, was this a misprint? Did they get this wrong? He doesn't say this anywhere. And he doesn't. It's much later in the show that he actually says. So I'm like waiting for him to say this in every episode. And it's like, it never happens until like, I think series like 5 or 6.
Yeah. I think the catchphrase he says long before that, it's "this time next year we'll be millionaires constantly."
Yeah, exactly. Which is what and when he gets that thing, the auction, and and it comes out and they are millionaires, and he faints. That should have been the last episode of that show.
Definitely. And what ones did you prefer? Did you prefer the ones with Uncle Albert or Granddad? Because I preferred Granddad.
Yeah. He passed off, obviously. Unfortunately, the actor passed away that played Granddad. I liked Uncle Albert passed away too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, my beard's more like Uncle Albert, but I do prefer Granddad. Keeping Up Appearances, I loved.
Do you know my wife loves that show. I've not watched it, but the woman who was in it, I watched in Harry Wainfront Mistress.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, and ready, welcome. By the way, I've got to talk to you in Indy next week. We're going to have you guys on soon because we're doing the Canadian Connection episode.
Hey.
So I got to get you all together. We should mention while we're here that what we have coming up for Patreon.
All right, let's talk about it.
So for those that don't know, there's a new Vinegar Syndrome sublabel, well, not sublabel, website, and it's like a Messalina or something like that.
Mussolini. I'll keep calling it Mussolini, as in, like the person from Italy. But I'm like, is it Mussolini? I think it's like Mussolini.
So it's got like
it's like, because it feels like they're trying to go a bit French with it, doesn't it? With the whole Mussolini.
Oh, it's definitely French. Like it's and it's very much just like it's like this, and the logo is like the Starbucks like mermaid, but with nudity. So obviously we can't talk about those films because there are a lot of adult film sexploitation stuff like that.
Well, I can actually talk about it right here because this ain't my channel, and I forget.
We're not going to. But we can talk about it live and uncensored on Patreon. So we will be doing some pre-shows talking about some of the titles because on August the 1st, they're not only starting up a new site, they're starting up a big sale. They said that they are going to be selling off all the Vinegar Syndrome titles that are sexploitation or adult titles with massive discounts starting on August the 1st. So we will be getting you ready for that sale live on Patreon with a series of videos. We're working out the dates for those. As soon as we figure out the dates, to make sure that Malcolm is available and make sure that we can like get it done together. We will be putting them up there, and you'll be able to see all that on there. Stuff that we can't show you and we can't talk about on here. We can go through all the titles that we think you should pick up. Maybe some mini reviews, some recommendations, both of our collections of those of said titles as well. You will see on those videos, and the only way to see it is at patreon.com/The Live Movie Club.
Ooh,
yeah. So
and
make
just
sure
to,
to do that.
And just to clarify, guys, me unfiltered talking about that kind of cinema, you're gonna get a lot of emotes. Let's say I'll be like, "Yep, here we go." I'll be saying things like, "Let me review this scene," if you know what I mean.
So and look what he's like filtered. My God, you got to be there for that. Just saying.
You gotta be there. You're gonna be like, "Oh dear, this guy."
So make sure that you are there for those videos. Coming up over the next week, next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about the 70s. It's going to be the 70s with Maddie. I'll be doing a video with Indy Phantom, who has been a regular commenter, but has never been on camera here, and Ready, and a Canadian Connection video where we're talking about some releases there as well. And we'll have a bunch of Patreon exclusive videos here with Malcolm, who has become a very big fan favorite on the channel, where we're going to be talking about all the cool, sexy, boom chicka wawa titles that we can't talk about here.
Are we still doing the Criterion one on the weekend?
I think we should, yeah. I think we should do the Criterion.
Sure.
Because big Criterion sale.
Cool. I can talk with you about that on the weekend.
I am looking forward to that. I'm still excited. Susanna Hoffs liked my tweet. It's like, I was like, well, I can die now, I guess.
Oh, no.
No, Susanna Hoffs and Criterion liked my tweet. So that was even better. And she responded. What a sweetheart.
Wow.
She's married to like a movie director. But I think her mom was a movie director, was a director too of films. So like she has like movies in her blood. So when she's like on Criterion Closet talking about films, she's not just a star that's talking about movies, and it's pretty obvious she knows her stuff. Like she knows her stuff really well.
Oh,
so
it's like what's his name? The guy who directed Parasite.
Well, was he? Yeah, he was in the Criterion Closet, wasn't he?
It was. This is what I'm talking about. It was that guy, right? I can't remember what his name is.
I can never know. Hey,
Twisted.
And have a great night there, Alex, by the way.
Hey, Alex. Thanks for being here. I cannot remember his name. Alex, you know his name. You've got the set. What's the guy's name? This is blasphemy, I'll tell you, but I can't remember. But anyway.
It's on the tip of the tongue. That's the thing. I don't want to say it because I'm going to mess up.
It's something like that. Anyway, we know what I'm talking about, right? He went into the Criterion Closet, right? And the way he was picking movies off the shelf and talking about them, it was like magic. You know, you watch some people go in there and they just go, "Yeah, this is a good one." There you go, Bong Joon-ho. So I was close.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for that. Me and Alex, by the way, on Friday, we're going to go watch The Flash.
Oh, nice.
So,
looks good. I mean, the movie does, I'm like people, well, it's not, this movie is not, my better half and me were having a conversation in the car. And she said that people are looking at like superhero movies now wrong. Because if it doesn't make Endgame numbers, it's a failure. This movie failed. But nothing's going to make Endgame numbers anymore. It got to that spot. It's kind of it was an anomaly.
Well,
it's great.
I think what people forget is Endgame had such a big lead up.
Exactly, and we're not at that spot anymore. We're literally we're restarting.
I think for I think for DC, they'd have to have like a Demon Seed kind of storyline, which is basically similar to Thanos in a way. Because Demon Seed was like one of the big enemies of the DC universe.
I think they're doing it smart with Authority. Like start off kind of like work it smaller, and then like kind of go bigger. Don't do
Yeah.
a 10-year story arc, but build up character after character, player after player.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, right, they've like Endgame. Like by the time we got it, that was new. It was a new thing. Like now,
Yeah.
super movies are the same as like Western movies were today, or the same that action movies were, or Star Wars.
I think the biggest problem is they basically blew the big guys, and now they're trying to get the secondary guys like Shang-Chi and that. Now, Shang-Chi's something I've avoided for years, but most people would be like, eh. Do you know what I mean?
But to be fair, they started with the small guys. Iron Man's not a big guy.
Well, but I mean, it's a big comic book character.
He wasn't. Like, as a comic book collector, Iron Man was when they said doing Iron Man, that was like, you know, the Robert Downey Jr., like, okay, that's a little bit more interesting, but he wasn't doing, you know, he was on the down slope at the time, right? But Iron Man was never like Demon in a Bottle, stuff like that, unless, you know, you'll probably know it, but most people didn't have a clue, like the Iron Man character. Like, they knew randomly who he was. That's like
Captain
a lot
America.
of the characters. People forget. Like, I love Thor. I thought, you know, great Thor. He's got great runs and stuff like that. But like even comic book like readers were not like huge readers of Thor. I guess the first really big one was probably Captain America. Of like when the other new stuff, like, because he actually was a character that, you know, that everybody.
Was he one of the first ones that came out? Like, not in the old ones, but I mean the you know, of the newer generation, not the 90s ones.
You mean like
because it came in 2010, didn't it?
Yeah, like, because it's a bit, right? Because you got Iron Man, and then you got the Incredible Hulk there, and that doesn't do too well. And then you got the different, you got all these different like stuff going in. It's just, you know, it works its way up to doing well. But the truth of the matter is that Marvel would not have started with Iron Man if they didn't do bad initially and have to sell off most of their big characters. X-Men was their big characters. You know, Spider-Man were the big characters. Those are flagship characters. Fantastic
Wolverine.
All their flagship characters were gone. They had to sell them off. Didn't have the rights to them anymore. So in order to do this, in a way, the negative became positive. So they had to take smaller characters, but in order to do that, okay, we got to make a really good story around these characters, because nobody knows who these characters are. And that's pretty much the way that it was. Even like, you know, like, well, there was an Iron Man cartoon series, but it sucked. It was really, really bad.
It was bad.
I know, I own it actually. But yeah, like, so initially, and now they're starting over. Like Shang-Chi, for me, Shang-Chi's a bigger, like, is a level C or D character.
Do you remember in Son of Comics how his dad was Fu Manchu?
Yeah, they had to change that, because not for the reason a lot of people think. People think they had to change it because of like kind of the race reasons and stuff like that, but it wasn't. Fu Manchu is as you know, it's a character by Sax Romero. It's a series of novels. So in order for Marvel to keep using Fu Manchu in the comic books, they had to renegotiate the contract, and it would cost too much money for them to do it.
That's fine.
So initially, what they did was they said, okay, he called himself that, but he was actually somebody else. He actually went by another name, and that's why they changed the character. And that's why
a shame, because I think that would have been epic.
It cost them too much. It was just too much for them to do. There's a couple like where they had like real, like, kind of like literary characters that they paid for, but it was just too much to keep.
I was talking to my wife about Wolverine, and Hugh Jackman. And I said he's got a great look for Wolverine, he always did when he was thing. But I said, because of the rating, is not Wolverine's aggressiveness, is too friendly,
Except
I said Wolverine, because Wolverine is a very, very aggressive character, right?
And doesn't look like Hugh Jackman, but
no, he does. He looks more like an animal.
Actually, suppose like when they're going to do a movie initially, because it was years ago, they're initially going to do like an X-Men film. The actor that they had for the role was Bob Hoskins, who actually does look. And and I know you've seen The Long Good Night. It's Long Good Friday. I always get it wrong.
Long Good Friday.
Thank you. You know I'm going to get it wrong. He has that aggressiveness.
Yeah.
So he would have done well. He wouldn't have looked as impressive as Hugh Jackman. And now Hugh Jackman was the last minute replacement too. That's people always forget that. Hugh Jackman, because
that was his first movie, wasn't it, in the US?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's a Broadway guy, so he did a lot of
he did Oklahoma.
Yeah, and I guess mostly famous for The Boy Next Door, which won the Tony Awards for. But so they had this guy here, like a pretty, an up there British actor, becoming up there British actor, and he was getting ready to do the role, and something happened. He couldn't do it anymore. So they asked him who he thought would be good for the role, and he picked.
And he said, "You got it, Bob."
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And he buffed up, and there's characters like that. Like Star-Lord came about. Chris Pratt was from, Parks and Rec. When you saw Chris Pratt in Parks and Rec, you did not think Star-Lord or this ripped character, or Guy Gardner is now Nathan Fillion. That was just announced actually just recently. I'm glad, because Nathan Fillion always plays these like kind of good guys, and I really want him to play Dick, and Guy Gardner's a Dick.
I mean, I thought he was great in Buffy as the evil, character. He played like evil priest character.
Oh yeah, they're still going to say people are going to complain. They got to complain.
I still think he would have been a great adult Nathan Drake, especially after seeing the show.
A bit. See, here's the thing. I used to watch Pretty Little Liars. I was addicted to the show. So the guy that does the voice of Nathan Drake is on Pretty Little Liars section with the dads.
Oh, what? Not enough.
Yeah, and he looks like that. Like they drew Nathan Drake to look like Nolan North. So with me, I'm like,
just less bushy eyebrows.
Yeah, he's already there. Like Nolan North is already. Let me see if I can actually, because. So right there. So that's Nolan North.
There he is.
And there is in Pretty Little Liars.
Is he in it a lot?
No. Sadly, no.
Did you watch the new series?
Original. Which one? The one that didn't make it, or the one that made it?
The one that made it, the spin-off.
Original Sin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really enjoyed that. It was utterly stupid, the reveal of the killer. I'm not gonna lie, it was a stupid reveal. But as far as being like a brutal slasher show, holy crap, that was a brutal slasher show, and I love that aspect of it. What I always found weird about Pretty Little Liars is why the heck did they keep pushing that teacher-student relationship? That was creepy as, Well,
I've not seen it. I've got the complete original series.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
Because I've wanted to watch it, but I've never got around to it.
First season's incredible. Like, a lot of really good stuff. It's got a lot of the teen tropes and stuff in there as well.
Yeah.
But it's very well done. It got a great cast. And second season, like when you find out who A is, because spoiler alert, there's more than one over the seasons. 7 seasons. There's got to be one more. You can't go 7 seasons trying to who is it? No, we're gonna find out next week.
Who did it?
Now there's a good satisfying reveal, And much later on, there's a not so satisfying reveal that you're going to get.
It's always the way when
But
series go too long now.
it's like this. I'm a big fan of Riverdale, which I will be the first to admit is
Yeah, it's based off the Archie comics, right?
Very, very loosely. If you say based off the Archie comics, by in the first season, like Archie's making it with the young Miss Grundy, and there's massive murders going on, and there's a killer that
just the way you want it.
Yeah. So, and Betty and Veronica start making it and stuff like that. So
that's why he married both of them at one point.
But 3 characters actually. So, life with Archie. He goes down this path. One path brings him to Betty. One path brings him to Veronica. Third path brings him to Melody from the Pussycats. I think they all end with him getting assassinated, getting shot, saving somebody else from assassination. But the series is insane. Like there's musical episodes. I'm a theater guy. Like acting that's in my blood. Theater's in my blood. So every year they pick like a musical, like Carrie, next to Normal, and they do an episode with the music around that. And for a theater person, that's Nirvana. You're either gonna love it or hate it, though, because you're gonna change some of the lyrics. It's gonna be like for a younger audience. But this week, he had a really cheesy episode called Archie the Musical, which was all new songs, right?
Yeah.
But I've been watching the show for so long that I sat down, I watched it, and I got sad afterwards. So I read this. This is the last
season, right?
Season, yeah. And this is the last time I'm going to watch a musical episode of Archie ever.
Of 7, right?
Seven series. It's Riverdale. But definitely worth checking out. It's crazy. It goes off the rocks. It goes supernatural. Archie fights a bear. I'm not joking. If you want to see Archie take his shirt off, every episode,
I'm into that.
They find a reason to get the actor KJ Apa, the Australian actor, to take his shirt off at least once an episode, like if not more. Archie's abs, complete own character in the series. But yeah, no, it starts off as a murder mystery show. Then all of a sudden there's like cults and there's like supernatural aspects, and some guys dressed like Evel Knievel with a rocket. So yeah, what I'm saying, Malcolm, is buy the show when it comes out for the complete series.
Well, I have series 1 and 2 because I was lucky enough to get them for £1 each. But I haven't got the rest of them. I know they're all on Netflix, but I don't want them on Netflix. It just annoys me. But if I want to watch them in HD, I have to watch them on Netflix.
Yeah. No. Season 1 is utterly, legitimately a well-acted, well-written, well-directed show with a great mystery.
Okay.
Season 2 has a good mystery.
So are they like the same characters, but the mystery ends at the end of the season?
Yeah. So like the first season, there's a mystery, and the first mystery, I'm gonna give this one away because it doesn't give away anything. It's so there's Cheryl Blossom has a twin brother, and he dies. He's disappeared, and he's not like. And at the end of that first episode, they find his body. Ooh. So the entire season is who killed him. Now, second season is a murder mystery with a different killer and a different he's going around killing people that committed. So he's wearing a mask, going around people that committed sin, and it's broken up. So they break it up into 2 half seasons with the show. So around halfway, they break it up, and you think they got the killer, but you're like, no, they don't. You're like, that's not the killer. You can't fool me. Second half, they come back. Oh, look, that guy we told you was the killer is not really the killer. It's pretty obvious, in my opinion, who the killer is in season 2. We'll give it away. Okay. Season 3. It's different. There's a cult involved.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
I've always liked cults, like those kind of storylines.
and season 4, it's a Dungeons and Dragons ripoff game that's has a creature that may or may not be supernatural, and there's the mob, and Archie goes to jail at one point, and there's one scene where the girls want to cheer Archie up because he's in jail, right? So the cheerleading squad go outside of the jail and perform a song. I kid you not, in front of the prison. Because Archie looks at people that are having a hard time. Hey there, Cinema Dave. You came in at just the right time, man.
Hi, Cinema Dave.
You know what? Maybe if you had football in your life, you wouldn't have gone down this path. Because, and that works for some people, because in this prison, I'm giving away a bit here. I won't give away too much. There's an illegal fight club.
Sounds mental.
Don't you want to watch this show? Don't you really?
I do. I want to watch it now. I want to watch it now. Oh, no. Wow. I'm definitely going to get those 2 seasons out and watch them.
You have to watch the rest of it. Like, and ready. You got to watch the rest of it. And you must watch Riverdale as well. Disney Leslie Nielsen live action Mr. Magoo. I wasn't a big fan, actually. I'm a huge fan of the cartoon Mr. Magoo, but I was not a big fan of Leslie. I thought Leslie Nielsen was well cast, but I just didn't think the script was on point.
I haven't seen the film, but I love the animations.
Now,
did you ever watch the Slasher show?
Which one? They mean the one that's with the different seasons?
All of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All of them.
I haven't seen the last one. I've seen the Jack the Ripper one.
You've seen the Jack the Ripper one, so you haven't seen the house one.
I've seen
the Shudder one.
Which one?
Because there was 1, 2, 3, and there was a 4th one that was on Shudder.
Yeah.
And then the recent one was the Jack the Ripper one, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Jack the Ripper one. So no, actually, only the first one. I think first one's on Shudder. I think the last one was on ITV or something like that, or some other channel. Because I had to actually get a streaming thing for it for one. So I like it. It's done by the people that did the new Degrassi show.
Oh, nice.
I kid you not.
I love Degrassi. Do you know, I bought every DVD that was out of The Next Generation, right? And I kid you not, I watched all 14 of those seasons, except for the 2 that weren't released because I watched them on YouTube, in 2 months.
It's addictive. Did you watch the original show?
I watched the original show partly. I've still got to watch more of it. But I loved it. I love it. I love the theme tunes. I love the stories. I love how edgy it is. I mean, The Next Generation has storylines in it that haven't even been in American shows.
Oh yeah, same with the original stuff. Like when you're seeing the stuff, like it gets intense. The girl that played Caitlin in the original series, she's like becoming kind of like a fitness guru now. So if she's on Instagram,
that's nice.
It's like fitness stuff. She's really kind of like positive energy to her, really, which is really nice to see. Because I see so many people that like go out of like teen shows or something like that, and you know, it doesn't always end up the greatest, right? Now the girl from The Next Generation, in the original series, the main character girl, Spike's daughter, for the first like 8 or so seasons. So I hadn't seen her in anything for a while, and I picked up the Pies and Ivy collection from Scream Factory.
Yeah,
and
she's in it, Mary McDonald.
Yes. So the only one I hadn't seen was Secret Society. I'm like, okay, that'll be interesting. So I sit down and watch all of them in one night. I get to this one, and the little girl has grown up, and she's in it. Like she's a kind of the pies that I'm like
her and Cassie Still.
Yeah.
It's like when you look at it, I never forget. I'll put it on. And because I watched it in 2 months, I watched the first four seasons, and I was like, oh, they're still kids, right? But by
Yeah.
the time they get to near the end of the show, you just stand and sit there and look at them and go, whoa. It's like, whoa, you know.
It was
It
like, but
meant
I always loved that show. I mean, I loved, I love the fact that it took a hard stance and didn't like the original series and the new series would do this too, where it wouldn't answer it for you. So, and a lot of American shows like Beverly Hills 90210 or shows like that, like everything within 45 minutes, everything was okay.
yeah.
Or you had, they're getting there. Oh, where we'll be okay. We'll talk about it in the next couple episodes. We'll
Yeah.
do a little arc, right? Or a lot of comedy shows tonight with a very special episode. But Degrassi just ended.
Yeah.
Like the bullying episode, like it just ended. The guy that gets AIDS, it just there's no easy way.
I mean, one of my favorite character arcs in the Next Generation is Adam. You know, um, there's this whole situation going along, and the whole, going in like the men's bathroom and stuff. With the, I don't know what you call it. To make it look like thingy,
Like the steroids.
and the thing that they put under there. I'm trying to say without seeming ignorant. When somebody's when somebody's like trans
Oh,
and
hormones.
they're
They're using the hormones.
no, not the hormones. No, not that. But when Adam puts the thing down, it may look like he's peeing in the urine.
Okay, the cup thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was incredible. I'm probably go, why do you think that's incredible? Because I'd never seen that in a show before.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They took like the chances like to do stuff like that, and because
and the depth of that character.
Well, that's the thing. You have like, unfortunately, like times when like characters like people wonder why like it's important to do stuff like that because I'm about like the most represented guy in the world. I'm a white straight man, for lack of I forgot a word. So I see me all the time. I'm everywhere. Every TV show, old TV shows, new TV shows,
So you're one of the, hold on, mate. You're saying to me, you're one of those guys that no matter where you go, you only see yourself.
Exactly.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
You
need to look at other people.
Person like people like the character like Adam and the character that they don't.
Yeah.
So and when you're used to seeing like you or someone like you don't understand what it's like for somebody that's not used to seeing somebody like
that. Of course not.
So to give like just an example that doesn't even like touch it, but I'm epileptic. I've epilepsy. I've had it since I was 3. I had grand mal seizures, so I didn't get the small ones, I had the big ones, and I spent a lot of time in the hospital. On Degrassi, the original series, there's a character called Caitlin. I had a big crush on the character Caitlin. Totally unrelated though. There's an episode where Caitlin wants to go out for a school play, but she's not sure that she can, and we don't know why. First, we don't know what her big secret is until she goes over to a sleepover, and she has a seizure. And I'd never seen that on TV before. I was still younger and was fairly embarrassed about letting people know that I had epilepsy.
Yeah.
Because there were times when I had seizures and they're around people, and those people, because they were kids too, because I was around other kids.
Freak out.
Yeah, and it's normal. They didn't see it. They hadn't seen it before, but still, that hurt at the time. Yeah, it definitely hurt. So it was part of me that I tried to keep fairly private for a period of time. That's why I couldn't. Again, like I mentioned before, I couldn't talk. It's stuttering, like really bad stuttering. That was from the epilepsy. But this was the first time I'd seen an epileptic on TV, and not just an epileptic, but a character I admired.
Yeah.
And it was like this one episode, and it meant the world to me,
Yeah.
and it made me feel like I could talk about it because I knew all my friends would watch the show too, and she was the big character, so she was the star,
Yeah.
and she had epilepsy. So all of a sudden, it was okay for me
To
to be
talk about.
epileptic and talk about it, and it wasn't
Yeah.
before.
I get that. You know, I mean, I think, you know, when I think about the power of a storyline can have, you know, if done correctly, I think, you know, there's so many issues with society, you know, as you say, you know, white man, straight, you don't always see other people's situations, you know. Um, and they don't see yours because they look at that or they look at, you know what I mean, whatever. And I think the problem is with most TV shows, which I think is very different with Degrassi, right?
Yeah.
Is Degrassi has it in a sense where it's very natural. It's very easy. It's very informative without telling you you have to be this way, right?
Yeah, it
So,
lets you
for
make the decision.
instance, yeah, exactly. So, for instance, if there's a situation on the show where, let's say, there's a disagreement over, you know, how someone is, right? In Degrassi, that will naturally work out, but it'll be in a way that you go, well, that's so simple, isn't it? Right? Why do we see it this way, even as an adult?
Yeah,
Right?
like it does the smart thing of letting you see and letting you understand both sides
Exactly.
of something at a time when
Exactly.
in our society when sometimes we don't get to do that, and we can
No.
often be. I don't want to get on a soapbox or anything like that right now, and I'll get off this. I promise. A second, that sometimes we are so set on
Yeah.
what our side is that we don't listen.
Well,
We talk,
you know,
and but Degrassi is one of those shows that actually, okay, there's a bully in Degrassi, but he's not just a bully.
yeah,
Like we find out more about this character.
yeah. We
Um,
find out the depth of why he's that way,
exactly.
why he's angry, why he's thinking. It's not just.
Thank you, Swift.
Right. Thanks, Swift. Take care. You know, you know, I think the biggest issue, if you don't think about the grass or good shows like that, and you think about society in general here, not to go into too much detail, obviously, is there's there's these companies, like I'll give an example. When I go into town, right, you see all these, you know, LGBT flags on the windows of shops, right? Now, I support that fully, right? I'm not gonna lie, I support all that. I support pride, I support no matter what, right? I support anybody if they're a good person. If they're a bad person, I don't want to know you because you're a horrible person. But if I don't know you, I'm good with you, you know? As long as you're a good person, all right? Just so, you know, I'm not gonna be friendly with someone who's horrible. But what I'm saying is, it feels like these companies, these people feel they have to do that because otherwise they'll be attacked. And my problem with that is, instead of feeling like you're, let's say, accepted or whatever, you know, because I'm not in that situation, right? But I know someone who is, who I'm quite friendly with. And I'd feel like, oh, okay, you've got to make a point of this to make you look bad, not because you actually care where I'm coming from. Do you know what I mean? And that annoys me. You know, I saw on a charity shop board it said, "Everybody welcome," right? Especially people of LGBT. Well, why didn't you put that?
I
Do you
mean, I
know what I
understand.
mean?
I mean, I gotta understand. I mean, like I get, like I know that there's going to be companies that do it for not the best reasons,
Yeah,
and they don't follow it up with their hiring practices or stuff like that.
yeah,
Like, I'll get off this in a second. But I think it's at this point, it's still important because it until it's normal, until it's seen
yeah,
as like it's people see it as, until I can go on and I can look at that, and you see a lot more. But look, I had somebody ask me, so why do you have so many? Like, I turned on Netflix and two guys were kissing. I'm like, okay, so, and
Oh, that's
like,
different though. That's different though. If it's on Netflix and stuff, that's different because that's a form of media. That's a form of what do you call it? What I'm saying is, I feel that it should already be, classified as a normal thing where we don't have to force it out there. But we thinking that's what I'm trying to say.
oh
You
no,
know,
I get it, but I think that because we're not there yet, that's probably that's like, if you're disingenuous, like,
mm,
I think you should call it. Like,
you
if
know,
you're saying like, oh, I got a big sign, look at the flag I get there,
yeah,
and you find out behind the scenes that these guys aren't hiring like people that are people that are within the community because of that, or they're making cakes but only for like certain
yeah,
weddings, then yeah, call that crap out. But if the company's like
yeah.
legitimately like doing stuff, that's that's okay. But let's get out that.
Yeah, let's go off it because it's a topic that doesn't need to be talked about here.
Not
But no,
here.
it's just something. It was just something that I was thinking about, and because you were saying what you were saying, I was
No, it
just
makes
like,
like it made sense. And that's it, guys. You never know what kind of deep conversations we're going to get into here with the guys in green tonight.
yeah, exactly. That's what we are, the guys in green.
You go, but in a less deep way, we've looked at Mondo Macabre.
Are we?
My
Are we?
computer's.
Are we? What are we doing?
We're,
Are we on Arrow?
we're going to check an arrow for a second because my computer's dying, but I want to do something cool before it does. I want to get less deep. I'm too deep. Okay. And we looked at some of this stuff here. Like, there's, like, I got to say, like, they do have, like, this is probably one of the better sales. Cartoon Cell, too, like, is one of the best sales that's out there. Have you availed of more of this arrow sale, by the way? Have you got anything else?
I've got a few things. One of the things I would recommend, if I can find it. Who is it? Oh, here we go. Because I got this in the mail. It was from Third Window Films. And it is, I'm going to massacre this name, Toshika Toyota Collection.
And that is probably still less massacre than I would have done. So, Third Window Films is becoming very popular among people that buy arrow releases.
It is. That's one good thing about the
yeah.
Arrow sale is they actually put these on sale as well.
Which is fantastic because they, like, much like when you see like OCN being distributed from there. Like, well, let me go to the last page because normally the last page will show you what's sold out. And during the last sale, oh, bloody hell, come on now. During the last sale, like everything, so like a lot of stuff that sold out was either Japanese titles, Asian titles, or they were titles from Third Window. A lot of Third Window stuff sold out really quickly. And I was like,
they're good company.
Like that's but I'll be honest with you, I never had like a ton of of Third Window titles, so I was always along the lines, okay, so there we got like right now, so Innocence and Ghostland is sold out.
I picked that up.
I'm kind of curious to see which is sold out because some of these do good. One good thing, guys, if the title that you don't have is sold out, there is a possibility it could come back in because that happened when they sold out of like a few different titles. Sold out Sister Street Fighter during the first sale, and I was going to buy it, and I ended up buying something else instead. And then the next day it came back in, because of course it did, right?
Yep.
But there's like a ton, like you see these like $9 titles. Like I remember these used to be $5 titles, and I'm
I remember that.
Like old man Aaron's like, oh man, I remember this is $5. It was fantastic. It was $5.
And that's when they had the windows.
Exactly. Bride the Reanimator. So Bernie says Naked Lunch is one to keep an eye on as the limited seems to be going out of stock in most places. Good to know, Bernie. So if you don't have Naked Lunch yet, which is a fantastic film, I actually love that.
I do have it.
Then I'm not surprised.
It's somewhere around in this one.
But there's like because you never know what's going to go in, what's going to come out, and where I don't live in the UK, I'm not able to go into the stores and see which ones are showing up in
That's
the
true.
stores. But when you are, like, I do recommend like going in and checking out and saying, yeah, like if there's a title that's like this last matinee, like there's another movie on the other release that came out with Vinegar Syndrome, but
Yeah. I've got both versions because of that
this
one
looks
reason.
better.
I like the cover of this one more, but
Yeah.
I like the features on the other one more.
Like just that movie, or more features than that?
I think there's a couple more features on it, I believe. I believe there's a full feature and one extra short. I believe. I could be wrong.
But is there a poster and a sexy cover?
I think there's a booklet in it, but I don't think there's a cover. Definitely not a sexy one.
Not a frivolous Lola cover.
I wish there was.
Are there many Tinto Brass still left?
No, because I can't. I've got Cheeky and I've got the K, but all they just do it's the best one.
That by far and large, I agree. Like that I think is the best work they ever did.
Yeah.
What blows my mind though is I actually really love the movie Cheeky, and
Cheeky's
when I
great.
watched it, I 100% thought, okay, oh, this is one from the 70s or early 80s.
It does look that way, doesn't it?
It's shot like it. It's done just like it. Like, and it blows my mind because you get to it, and you realize, what? No, this was like was 90s or 2000,
wasn't it? It was
yeah,
2000.
2000. It's like insane because you don't expect that.
Oh, Slug sold out.
Yeah, which is a fantastic title, by the way. Snake Girl and Silver-Haired Witch is still selling with the slip and booklet, but the stock in most places suggests otherwise. So yeah, like sometimes you'll find the booklets and slips here that you won't find in stores anymore, which is always a good thing to look for this stuff here. Is Daniel-ism real good? I still haven't watched that one.
I've seen it. It's a really good film. It gets a bit crazy, but it's good. The ending is really like, oh, right, so that's happened. But
Yeah,
I recommend it.
There's definitely some like different stuff here. Chill factor. Did not expect this movie to be what it was.
Chill factor I got recently.
Have you seen it yet?
Not yet.
It's good. I mean, it's not what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be a slasher.
Yeah.
So I looked at this cover. I said, oh, it's slasher. Right? So I showed him the cover. And I'm like, like, this movie is a good movie. I watched it with my dad, but it's not exactly what I thought it was going to be. So look at the cover. What do you think it's going to be? She said exactly what it was. I'm like, I guess I just didn't read the cover the same way you did. I thought slasher. She didn't. Looks like Children of Minnesota too. I'm starting to see a bit of a pattern with some of the style titles that are on out here. There's so many great titles there. Initiation of Sarah, Hell High. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed the movie. And I got the old edition.
I want to pick up Punk Samurai.
There's so many good editions there. So much good stuff. Like there's the Hell High. I got Raging Fury. I got coming.
That is so fun when she jumps out the window.
Such cool. The opening at Hell High. Holy crap, man.
Yeah, that's a crazy.
It is. It's a crazy opening. It's a great opening.
It's a brilliant. It's one of those openings where you have to see it to believe it.
We're gonna do, and which means we're gonna do both of them. So we're gonna do the new one.
Yeah.
You Sincerely Rock. And we're gonna do. Thank you so much, Swift. You have no idea how important that is right now. We did not make our goal for the month of June. So fingers crossed. Thanks to you, we will make the next goal.
Thanks, Swift.
There is so many good titles here. Zero Buys. If you don't own Zero, this is the vinyl, but the movie as well, by the way. Zero Buys is an excellent film.
I think I own it.
You don't? Oh God, Nika Masaraka. Zero Buys is his classic. Have you seen it?
No. I think I own it, but I haven't seen it.
Fantastic film. Basically, it's these guys. Zero Buys are they're a paintball team,
Yeah.
and they go to this like area to go against this other team to play paintball, and they win. And what the girlfriend of the losing team does not know is that she was the gift. She was like the what they'd win, what the guy would win. But the guy just tells you no, you don't have to do it. Like it's just a stupid thing. But she ends up going with him just to piss off her boyfriend, basically. And so they go somewhere and stuff happens, and I don't want to give it away because it's really good.
Yeah. What was
They're
the film
making
I watched? The Time Squad? That was never released. Time Machine or something? What was it called? Max Time Machine? Oh, I don't know. It was kind of a more newer film. And I watched it and it was terrible.
it happens.
It was really, really bad. It was so bad, but I only just remembered that I'd watched it.
Well, did you like Girls Night Out? Got a question.
I thought Girls' Night was okay. I thought it was a bit slow and a bit silly at times, but I didn't mind it. Why?
It's not like it's one of those movies that, like every one of these 80s slasher films, by the way, will always have one star, like one older star. Like
Yes.
Ben Johnson's in Terror Train, Glenn Ford is in Happy Birthday to Me, Hal Holbrook is in Girls Night Out. And it is 100% obvious in Girls Night Out. And I love the film. I think it's fantastically fun, not great. And it's
Yeah.
everything you say. It is slow. It is a bit plodding at times. It doesn't have the greatest kills all the time, but there's certain sequences that really make it worth it.
Yeah.
But Hal Holbrook is 100% there because his son wanted to act in the movie. Because his son's in the movie. And his son is not exactly the most dynamic actor.
I mean my biggest problem with it probably was the fact that I was in a hotel when I watched it. So I probably need to watch it again in, like in a relaxing environment.
It's a fun little title. You'll definitely get a kick out of it again. Like again, it's one of those that I will be honest with you, like guys, anybody's watching here, you will guess the killer. Like it's not like it is like there's a sequence in the movie where something is shown on the screen, and it's almost like when you see this on the screen, there's a flashing red light of like killer.
Yeah.
This is the killer on the screen. Street Fighter Trilogy is a great release for people to pick up. Looks like we got a vinyl sold out. Death Smiles on a Murder.
Ooh.
I'm actually surprised there's not more vinyl sold out at $10. That's just a great price.
Especially, are they double sided or is it actually two vinyls on the one underneath?
Oh, that's two. Oh, that's two vinyls. I think. Let me just check. I think it's a 2-disc set. Yep, it's 2 discs.
Wow, that's quite cheap then.
Yeah, like it's like $10 for a 2. I think it's a blood red. That's gorgeous, man.
That is.
Like I don't collect them like right now, and I would when because our record player's broken, but I brought my record collection with me. I would grab that if I had the money. I would grab that if I had the money. That is gorgeous. One, it's a nice display piece. Two, I love the sound of vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Yeah,
My
Duke
cousin
Red is
collects a
definitely
lot of vinyl.
bound too. Like this is legitimately a good sale, and I think it's getting like passed over because of other sales.
I mean, you think about it, right? If you're paying £9 a movie, you can get 11 movies for less than 100.
Yeah.
I mean, how many other sales can that happen with? And you can get them pretty quickly too.
And you got like these here 4Ks too, and their 4Ks are. You look at like these $55 4Ks and $75 4Ks, and you're looking at like £15 for a 4K.
Yeah, which means you could get what 30, 45. You could almost get 4 for the same price.
Yeah, like you could go out, pick up Deep Red, Cat o' Nine Tails, Birth of Crystal Plumage. There you go, £45.
Yeah, classics.
Yeah, legit, like bona fide classics. The best way you'll ever see them. Hands up. Also, Wild Things. I love this movie. I know some people don't, but it is there's the Blu-ray edition right there, $15. Also a 4K edition of this as well. I'm not quite sure if it's still available. Like I think it's $18.
It was 20, wasn't it? The 4K one.
Like here, we got the deep red limited edition with the different artwork, right?
Yeah.
$18.
So now that's a proper edition.
Yeah, that's insane.
I think when that came out, it was what, 35 quid?
It was definitely a lot more pricier than this. Like even like just get the limit. Even if you get the regular editions and you don't get the limited editions, so you miss out on limited editions. These are great releases. Get ready for the Snake Man again. Yeah, Alan, I'm already nervous. They're remaking Dreamscape.
Oh no!
Phenomenon for £18. Like just great release. Naked Lunch for 18 pounds. 4K.
Talking about sales.
Yeah,
is that 20?
18 for Wild Things.
Yeah, that's not bad. Talk about sales. So one of my oldies got shipped 7 days ago, and it's still waiting for the pre-shipment.
Maybe it is. It could actually be shipped, and they just haven't scanned.
I don't know. I'm hoping that's the case because obviously then I'll get it quicker. But
well, no. Sometimes, like other times, here's the thing: you want it to scan somewhere, because I used to work in shipping. Because once it's scanned somewhere, I can trace it. Like it can be traced. You work in shipping, they can trace it because it's been scanned. They can scan it to the last place it was traced. If they push it on through, and they're not scanning it, and you're checking on it, you say, okay, well, it says label, created, and they go and they say, no, it's gone out, and like, well, why haven't we got any more information? So I guess they forgot to scan it, so you don't have any information that gets to your door. So it's great if it gets to your door quick. And it just hasn't been scanned. It's not great if you're like me and you're calling in. You're like, so where's my movie? And like, oh, we're not sure. Like, what do you mean you're not sure? Yeah. So yeah, it's tales of shipping terror.
Well, it's annoying. Imprint messaged me as well and said they shipped one of my packages. So I'm hoping that comes next week.
Oh, that should be nice. Cloud Tribal, recommend those. £25. Great prices on these.
They're beautiful prices.
And like honestly, the best prices for 4Ks right now on any sale, like the Snapson's got some great prices too, but I think these are like hands down the best prices for the.
I think it also depends where you are. You know, like I think if you're in America, I think these prices are still good.
Oh yeah, because like I'll check, but don't they have an American? Don't they have an American like sale?
They do, but American site charges like $30 more for some of them.
So
like a set that's like 25 quid on the American store is like 55.
That being said, like they have some titles here that aren't on the UK one.
That's true, like the Tsukamoto one. Knockabout isn't. Well, Shanghai Express isn't because Eureka released those.
Behind the Door with the limited edition slip, that's not there.
It used to be because that's Shock.
That's the thing, right? Like Sasha Guthrie used to be there too. Must not anymore. 18 pages on here. I wonder if I can get this by.
It's interesting that they took them out the box sets of the American Project ones and had them separately as they were their 3-disc sets.
Yeah. But like either way, like there's like you're gonna get some good stuff here. Blu-ray, 4K. But I gotta say, guys, with that being said, if you can't tell this, I'm pretty sure you can. My voice is going.
Oh dear.
So we didn't do quite as long as we did last time, but altogether we got almost 4 hours there, guys.
Yeah, we did.
So, and my computer is down to 10%.
Oh,
nearly
gone.
I want to thank everybody for coming in. I want to thank Malcolm for popping in for this one here, especially because I was going to invite you from the beginning, by the way, but I was talking to my better half, and she said, he's been there for 7 days. His wife might need him. So.
And always feel free to invite me because my wife's been in bed anyway. So,
like me.
Yeah.
She
So
went to
just
sleep
always
ages.
feel free.
Yeah. Oh, the heat too. Like she was like, oh, I'm like, yeah, you're better off. But there you go. With all that being said, guys, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank Malcolm. I want to thank everybody. Keep an eye out. We got video coming up on Saturday, talking about the Criterion sale. And you never know. Just like tonight, you never know what's going to pop up in any of this stuff here.
It's true. There could be more announcements or anything.
Yeah, well, there could be all kinds of announcements coming out.
Television had a new announcement today. Did you see that one?
Which one?
Television. Did you see what they had a new announcement?
No, let's quickly check it before I go.
It's the 2002 American Nightmare.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for September.
Since it'll bring it up to almost 4 hours. Let's check it out. So there you go, American Nightmare 2002. I'm going to attempt to do my one and only a dramatic reading with no voice. It's Halloween night, and a radio DJ is asking listeners to phone in and share their deepest fears. But the airwaves are being stalked by a monster who targets callers, turning their worst nightmares into horrific reality. It's the 1-year anniversary of the slaying of 4 students, and their killer is celebrating in Grand Guignol style by forcing a group of strangers into a hellish game of cat and mouse, an American nightmare. Got Debbie Rashan in this one right here. Got a booklet with writings from Rashan and Brad Henderson and Michael Gingold. Commentary with Debbie Rashan and John Keyes. Making of documentary. Legacy of Jane Topin with Dee Snider, Tony Tipion, and Timponi and more. So yeah, it's an exciting announcement.
Yeah,
and I
should be getting that.
Oh, you're getting
that. My subscription.
You should be getting next 50.
If my subscription ever turns up, my first one. I said to my wife to probably wait until the 15th of July, you know, when the others come out.
It is so cool. So I am going to go and have nightmares about the snake creature from Dreamscape. Yes. My name is Aaron, and this is when you say your name, dude.
Well, you were kind of like this. I was like, what's going on?
I was trying to figure which way to go. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, and this is Malcolm.
We are tonight the guys in green who don't make us angry.
Yeah, we're turned green in the face.
Because you know, we're already green. So so we see you here again on Saturday. Talk about the Criterion
See you then, guys.
And talk about some of our favorite Criterion picks as we dive into our very own Criterion closets.
It's going to be brilliant.
See you soon.